game. Book your round-trip ride and get access to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at the bar on Holmgren Way. Make your game day experience a VIP experience with your official ride to Green Bay. Visit golfwanakee.com to book your trip today and use code ESPN23 for 10% off.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. For most men, there's nothing we want more than to stay young, fit, and active, which is why our New Year's resolutions usually include some form of getting in shape. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown are here to help you reach those goals. Testosterone optimization helps with muscle mass and tone, as well as weight management and having the energy and endurance to get in the gym. Forward Healthy Lifestyles also offers weight loss programs like semaglutide to help combat those endless holiday temptations. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation. Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Goody, 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 goody. That's where we're starting today on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I am Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, the heartbeat of the show. Don't like his logo on his heart right now.
Oh, that is my heart. Yeah, it is.
You're wearing the MU logo.
You know, we've been trashing Marquette and
who's we?
And we have. Listen, Brian.
Who's we? I haven't said a word.
Have you seen Brian D walking around this office?
I mean, it's like
sad
Brian D, our program director, who very much loves Marquette basketball, is like my dog when I yell at him. Coming tail between the legs, like doesn't like not really saying anything.
It is. Listen,
it's sad.
It is sad. It's like he has not said too much. He's just walking with his head down around the office, and I just looked at him today, and all I could do was laugh and be like, "Damn!"
But the game was Saturday. It's Tuesday,
and he's still sulking. He's still upset.
Until the next game, it's gonna be tears, Chris, tears. We have a wellness room, and I don't want to make fun of the wellness room.
It's called the crybaby room.
Is it?
That's what we call it, the crybaby room.
You call it the crybaby room?
Or the cry room. I don't call it the crybaby room. Call it the cry room.
I have never stepped foot in there.
Nor have I. I've never seen anybody in there, actually.
I've seen people in there. The idea, now, I love the idea of helping with wellness, the mental health and the wellness. Putting myself in a room with no windows that's padded takes me back to PTSD of being in Lithuania when I can hear myself think 8,000 miles away every single day of my life.
That's ridiculous. I have been in the wellness room, a.k.a. the cry room, and it's very insulated and soundproof. You kind of just feel trapped. It's not a bad feeling.
See,
very calming.
That's bad. I'm an angry person at times.
Well, it's a perfect space for you to go in and yell.
I'm telling you, I'll yell and I'll hit the padding, and people be like, "What the hell is going on in there?"
Well, it just feels. It's not even like you don't see the padding. It's just the way that they have it insulated is perfect. And then on top of that, they got a little cooler and a refrigerator inside of there as well. Brian D has definitely been in the cry room. I mean, the wellness room in the last 2 days.
1,000%. He might be in there right now. So make sure you think about him until Marquette plays again and wins, because he won't be the same until he sees a W on the left side of their win-loss column.
Poor guy.
800-990-3776. You can call us, or you can go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. That is where we are streaming, at ESPN Madison as well, because text line's down. And that's okay, because we can see you and hear from you on YouTube.
We've evolved, Ben.
We are. We're a show. We are a showman show.
We are. We're a platform where you get to watch us and we get to engage and interact on YouTube. I love having YouTube fingers.
I'm an idiot.
What is that?
At my desk, guess what I brought from home?
What did you bring from home, Ben?
Wade Miley jersey.
Is it official?
I mean, what do you mean, is it official?
Like he
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's official.
It's done.
He's more loyal than the other guy.
You said that yesterday.
Yeah,
you couldn't have hit it on the head anymore. Now, where I will go get that Wade Miley jersey in between the next break. But I think it's important to start with Brian Gutekunst, because I think I'm okay continuing to have every conversation around the Green Bay Packers as we started yesterday, Kyle, which is all Jordan Love all the time. He is showing us that he is the one. And whatever you want to say, the chosen one, the guy, the next Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer, the next Hall of Famer. I don't care what you want to categorize it. All I know is because Jordan Love is going to be the guy for the next 4 or 5 years, that Goody has saved his own ass. And by saving his own bottom, I mean he is forgiven in my eyes for drafting Josiah DeGuara in the third, for all those third-round picks we make fun of, for all those bad picks that we want to pick at him for, long snappers, J.K. Scott, Amari Rodgers. In my eyes, it is forgiven because although the opportunity to hit on a couple of those draft picks and potentially help the Aaron Rodgers regime, which they were number 1 seeds in 2 years and went to 2 NFC championship games in 3 years, it's forgiven because when you put yourself in a position where you have the most important position in the NFL figured out for the next 4 or 5 years and maybe longer, you are going to continue to put yourself. Think about how you felt when they were 2-5, Kyle. Think about the doubts and the fear that you had. Think about talking about draft picks and tanking and going for Caleb Williams or Drake May. Think about what that felt like. That, to me,
misery.
If you are past misery, that takes away the failures of what were some major draft picks early in his tenure. You with me?
How we just allow for the moment to just take over our minds and becoming prisoners.
Are you me and I'm you?
Well, you are becoming a prisoner of the moment, okay? So let me just tell you this, is that Goody may have gotten Jordan Love right, but he has not done a very good job as a general manager of the Green Bay Packers overall. And I'm going to tell you this why, is that I will not forgive Goody for his lack of effort, his lack of desire to go all in to win with the greatest quarterbacks of all time, such as Aaron Rodgers. Now, Ben, as a Packers fan, one thing I know is winning, and another thing I know is heartbreak and disappointment. And so for us to have a chance to have 13 wins in 3 seasons in a row, and never once did the general manager of this team say, we're almost there. Maybe I should go all in and try to sign somebody other than these wackos like Sammy Hammy Watkins, or trying to sign a guy like Devin Funchess, or signing Mercedes Lewis, who turned out to be the best free agent signing on offense as a weapon that he put around Aaron Rodgers. I cannot forgive the lack of trying to make sure that this team was equipped to win a championship. You knew your defense lacked. You knew your defense wasn't trustworthy, though in some of those playoff games, the defense did step up and it was Aaron Rodgers. But if you chose to surround him around really good weapons, we may have hoisted the Super Bowl title. And that is the issue that I have with Goody, and I will never, ever, ever forgive Goody for his failures as a general manager to the fan base and to the organization as the team. I'll tell you this.
I'm listening.
I won't forget or forgive the past. But instead, Ben, I will move forward with love. And that's the only thing that Goody gets.
You're a poet.
That's the only thing that Goody gets, because we cannot forget the awful draft classes and the waste of third-round picks. We can't forget the fact that you had a team that was in the NFC Championship game, and instead of investing in the offense to put more around this special gift that you acquired in Aaron Rodgers, you did nothing. So I cannot forgive somebody for sitting on his hands and making a mockery of Aaron Rodgers and making a mockery of this fan base by not even trying to build around this man. So no, he would never be forgiven whatsoever. Again, we will move forward with love.
So here's the thing, Kyle. I hear what you're saying, but what if he was trying to build around Rodgers?
Hell no. No.
So you're saying that because he missed on some, like, again,
Some.
But what if
you are a prisoner of the moment? Oh, for 4 or 5 weeks ago, he missed on everything. It was awful. It was fire Goody. Now you're talking about he missed on some 2020, Jay Love, he hit. A.J. Dillon, Josiah DeGuara was a waste. Kamal Martin was a waste. John Runyon Jr., he plays. He's okay. Jake Hansen, You can just keep going. There's nobody on this team. I can go up to next year. Eric Stokes has barely played. Josh Myers is a questionable center. Amari Rodgers, we don't know where he is. He might be working at 3rd Street Market Hall. I will say he might be working at 3rd Street Market Hall. All I know. Who knows what he's done? Royce Newman, trash. Like, come on now. We can keep going. We could just keep going. He has missed on. So in these draft classes, they have about 10 picks each year that they draft players about 10.
I mean, the Green Bay philosophy of draft and develop, they have accumulated a lot of draft picks.
You got to develop. You got to draft guys that can be developed. You can't have 40 picks and only hit on 7 of them. That is a terrible position. If you went 7 for 40 in baseball, that's still a bad batting average, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you hit a grand slam with your 7th and last at bat, that puts you into the playoffs. That might be all that matters. No one's going to forget about those outs, in game 68 of a baseball season.
Ben, I can't believe how forgiving you are, Goody. I cannot. You were doing a show called Scalzo and Brust when the Packers were going 13-3, when there was an opportunity for us fans to celebrate, when we had high hopes of this team winning the Super Bowl, but Aaron Rodgers got frustrated, Matt LaFleur got frustrated, and all of his fans got frustrated because the offense did not have enough. And guess what else he did? He let Devontae Adams go as well, one of the best receivers I've ever seen in a Green Bay Packers uniform. We cannot forgive him for his sins as a general manager. I refuse to do that. And again, I will repeat, I will move forward.
Sounds like you're going to crucify him.
I mean, I won't be doing that now. He ain't Jesus.
800-990-3776. Diana in McGuanago. You got something on Jordan Love, but do you believe in Goody?
No.
Why not?
I think that it's some of the other. Fine, Jordan Love is doing really well, and I'm extremely proud of him that he beat Kansas City the other night. That was a crazy game, but I still think Goody could have did better. And you guys need to stop talking about freaking Aaron Rodgers because it's getting old.
What's your beef with Rodgers?
He's drama. Drama follows the man wherever he goes.
And aren't you happy that he's not in a Green Bay Packers uniform?
Yes, I'm happy, but you guys continuously keep talking about him.
Who mentioned his name today?
Oh. I mentioned Aaron Rodgers because of the fact that
she's your number one fan.
She is my number one fan, but here's the thing: is that I remember the past. I remember the past because it allows us to make decisions in the future. And when I think about the past, I think about what I wanted. I once was in love with watching this team play with number 12 as the quarterback.
I'm so fascinated in the hatred for him, though. You know what I mean? It is fascinating. Like, he definitely carries drama, but that is somebody who played here for so long, and how quickly you can just be like, oh, man.
It's the way he left. Honestly,
it's not even the way he left. It's the way he left and then continued to try and, go on this PR campaign in New York.
Here's the thing about Wisconsinites. We're simple folks. We're happy folks. We like people who are hard-nosed, hard-working, blue-collar individuals that go to work, and they just shut up and do their job. That's what we like. We don't want the divas. We don't want the loudest person in the room. That's not our identity. That's not.
Well, then quiet down over there.
I'm speaking for Wisconsinites when I say that Brian Gutekunst should not be forgiven because of what he did. He failed us as an organization because the whole goal, the objective of every single season for every NFL team is to hopefully win a Super Bowl. When you have Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, at the helm of your team, leading that position, your expectation is that you win a Super Bowl. Your expectation is that you put all the pieces around him to win a Super Bowl. What pains me is to see somebody like Tom Brady play for the Patriots, where they had a great system, they had good guys around him, really a really great system. See him go to Tampa Bay and watch them do everything they can to win a Super Bowl. That pains me. It pains me to see a team like the Los Angeles Rams, who had their number 1 overall pick with Jared Goff, got to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, wasn't good enough. What did they do? They went and got Matt Stafford, put great pieces around him, and what did they do? They won a Super Bowl. It pains me to see Peyton Manning go from the Indianapolis Colts, go down to Denver, and he won 2 Super Bowls?
Just one.
He went to 2. But go to 2 Super Bowls and win one. We've been to 1 Super Bowl in the last 20 some odd years. This is frustrating. And to know that we had an opportunity and we had the GM that was not willing to go all in, push all the chips in to say we are going to win a championship while our window is open. He failed us as an organization, and it is unforgivable.
So hang on. What Goody did in the first round of the 2020 draft was move up to get Jordan Love. And this is coming off of a season in which Matt LaFleur went 13-3 at the time with 16 games in his first season. And it seemed like they were going to have an opportunity. Aaron Rodgers was talking about how they might draft a skill position player. They did. It was quarterback. Now, here's the thing. Are you okay with that pick then still?
Here's the thing.
Because you can't complain about what Goody didn't do to go all in and then eat your cake on the other side and be like, well, I'm happy to have Jordan Love.
So this is tough because I can definitely admit when we drafted Aaron Rodgers, I was fine with it because we know back then quarterbacks by 37, 38, they're done. And by that time, Brett Favre was in his mid 30s at that time, getting up there in age, where it was okay for us to draft Aaron Rodgers, the heir apparent to Brett Favre, when Brett Favre, in my view, was ready to move on. I feel like Jordan Love is going to be a great quarterback. But there are a lot of great quarterbacks that come out the draft. And for me, maybe call me just naive or call me just drinking the Packers Kool-Aid. The Packers don't miss. The Packers have not missed. When it comes to evaluating this quarterback position.
I was going to say, you talked about hitting 7 out of 40 in draft picks for Goody.
What I'm saying, but when it comes to quarterbacks, when it comes to the formula that they have, we have some type of juju magic, something going on in Green Bay.
I almost feel like you shouldn't talk about it.
Well, no, it's just like something. So all I know is above average, excellent quarterback play, and I believe that this organization would have just found the next guy if it wasn't Jordan Love. They would have just found a way to get the next guy somehow, some way.
That is ridiculous.
I would have. You could say it's ridiculous, but look at this. Everybody thought it was ridiculous that we might strike lightning 3 times in a bottle, and so. Drafting a skill position player at that time, a receiver, to give him a first-round threat, especially in that draft that has so many good receivers, that could have helped the Packers push them over the top to win the Super Bowl. And how much I love Jordan Love, it's about winning Super Bowl championships, Ben. And the Packers did not do that with Aaron Rodgers because of Goody.
800-990-3776. Let's go to Tim and Tosa. Tim, happy Tuesday. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No, Nortman.
Hey, fellas, love the show. Hey, I couldn't disagree with you more in that very last statement that they failed to go all in with Goody. I think we're overlooking the fact that the real GM that they failed to go all in with was Ted Thompson. He will forever stand in my books as a man that did nothing to push the chips into the table.
Is it because of free agency?
Draft and develop, man. Look at all the success.
Yeah, so I'm saying he didn't go get anybody in free agency, right?
He didn't. Goody's story has yet to be written, and I know there's arguments for both sides of the draft. I get it. I was very surprised at the Jordan Love pick. I wanted Queen out of or the
Patrick
linebacker,
Queen,
whatever. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
There you go. That was the guy. I was like, this is the guy. This is going to put us. And he didn't. So I think we're not going to revisit that. But I think when I look back at the entirety of failures as a GM. It is absolutely double underlined as Ted Thompson. And Goody's story, maybe we look back and we, in a couple years or whenever he's out, we can maybe have that discussion again. Another thing I think, just a small piece real quick, fellas, is success when in Favre's era with Bob Harlan, he put people that he had faith in and trust in football operations, and he stood back and let them do their thing. Mark Murphy needs to go just as much as if all the arguments for Gutekunst or get rid. This guy
start a countdown. Start an advent calendar for the Mark Murphy countdown.
And the problem is that he's meddled more times than the success is Bob Marlin or Harlan, right? He put guys in place to be successful because he trusted their work. And I feel like Mark's not he's getting an escape. He's getting a pass. So I just wanted to chime in with that. I think it's gonna be Ted Thompson for me all day, fellas. Thanks. I'll hang up and listen. Love the show.
Appreciate Tim and Tosa. A lot to digest there. We also want to get to the rest on the phone line. 800-990-3776. We'll be back discussing with you because I think Goody deserves to not be forgiven, but forgiven for the draft picks in the last 3-4 years, because if you hit on Jordan Love, that's all that matters. Coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
I said, you know what? You remind me of Brother Malcolm. I'm going to call you Brother Ben because by any means necessary, you're going to go against the grain. You're going to do what you got to do. And one day, I mean, you might get taken out.
You might as well call me Tory Lowe.
You might get taken out. You might get taken out by yourself. So I said, you like Brother Malcolm. So I said,
what do you think, Tory?
More like Brother Ben, Brother Malcolm.
I thought it was more like Rush Limbaugh.
No! On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. There's life in Green Bay.
I'm not putting a limit on what we can do. I really think we're just getting better and better every week.
You start winning some games and people start gunning for you now.
A playoff push is back on tap after a statement win.
The Green Bay Packers are now 6-6, and they got people believing in this team.
Nobody's going to want to face this team when they get to the playoffs.
We are your home to talk all things green and gold. 94.5 ESPN.
Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. See Sleeper Support Center for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-522-4700 for help.
Think you know basketball? Then try to turn your basketball knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick your favorite sports and players, like basketball star Damian Lillard. With more stats than any sports app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live. Pick more or less from the predicted stats and ka-ching. You could win up to 100 times your money if your pick wins. With the Sleeper app, you can make picks anytime, even after the game starts. And only on Sleeper can you get up to 100 times payout. Check out Sleeper today and unlock one of the fastest growing fantasy sports apps in the world. Download right now and get up to $100 deposit match. Use promo code Milwaukee and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Just go to the App Store, download the Sleeper app today, and remember to use code Milwaukee for up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's promo code Milwaukee.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at Bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit ZBart.com for more information.
With back-to-back wins over the first-place Lions and first-place Chiefs, the Packers are now an even 6-6 on the year. They moved into the 7th and final spot in the NFC playoff picture thanks to tiebreakers over the Rams and Seahawks. But are head coach Matt LaFleur and his team thinking postseason right now?
It's one game. Now we have another primetime game on a Monday night, and the guys got to understand, you start winning some games and people start gunning for you now.
The Packers go for a 4th straight win Monday night when they visit the 4-8 New York Giants. Kickoff from MetLife Stadium is set for 7:15.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
I'm super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The back and stab us.
800-990-3776. Text line's down, but that's okay because you can go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee or at ESPN Madison. Stream Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Where there's no Nortman right now, he'll be back tomorrow. And leave your comments there as we discuss Goody. Is he forgiven for the bad draft class just for hitting Jordan Love. Because to me, I understand the frustrations of not bringing in talent that could have helped go over the edge for the Aaron Rodgers back-to-back number one seeds coming after a year of 2019 in which they went to the NFC Championship game. But what do they say? The draft is about the future, and we're seeing the future right now, Kyle. Let's go to Dave in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. What do you got, Dave?
Well, a couple of things. I think, one, just to correct some of the history, when Goody traded up in 2020, it was to get Justin Jefferson. Unfortunately, the Vikings went ahead and took him before the Packers could. And then he drafted the next best player available, and that's turned out pretty well right now. Another historical fact, the Packers were not always good at drafting quarterbacks. After Bart Starr ended his career, the Packers drafted Jerry Taggy, who was a first-round pick, who was a total bomb. They drafted Rich Campbell, a first-round pick, who was a total bomb. So the big lesson from history is you don't wait until your star quarterback goes down before you draft another quarterback. And what Ron Wolf did is he drafted quarterbacks over and over and over again.
And Dave, thank you for the call. Just a little choppy on the audio side. I don't know if I can confirm that Goody was trading up for Justin Jefferson. I'm sure they would have liked to have Justin Jefferson in that draft.
I believe they wanted to get Justin Jefferson, but the Vikings traded up. But then the Packers traded up to grab, I believe,
Jordan Love.
I think that's what happened.
I like this type of call. As we're talking Goody, we're talking his legacy, which is still yet to be, written. There's a lot that can happen, but if you hit on Jordan Love, you have a job for 10 years if he is your franchise quarterback. Let's go to Darren in Sheboygan because he's saying you want your cake and you want to eat it too, and that feels like, Darren, that feels like every day when I talk to Kyle. What do you got?
Kyle, love you, man. You wrong. The argument that, okay, we've had a Hall of Fame quarterback for X amount of years. The last time we were in the Super Bowl was in 2010. How much of that is Goody's fault? I think, was it Tim from Tulsa nailed it? That you can put that on Ted Thompson. The GM can't come in and fix it in 1, 2, 3 years. And they did try trading up for Justin Jefferson, or that's who they wanted. But once he was gone, he's gone. And if he's not the guy you want, I don't think this is about forgiving Goody. I think this is. I had the word in my head and I lost it. But this is confirming that what Goody's looking to do, he's nailing it, because guess what? How many of these weapons that Jordan Love has could Aaron Rodgers have worked with and done with these guys if the guy would have showed up in training camp, if the guy would have put everything in? Rodgers was the bad part of the equation. He's gone, and look at what's happening now. Can you imagine that? Pretty much the same roster.
So I have to
actually even a younger roster.
I hear you, Darren.
Is about to make the playoffs.
I hear you, Darren. But what I will say is, and thank you for the call, if you have to think about where Aaron Rodgers was in his career, right? Like last year, if we're being honest, were they ever going to win the Super Bowl the way that roster was constructed?
They were not.
And that to me is the biggest thing. And so should Aaron have maybe approached it differently? Sure. You could say it would have been nice for him to show up to OTAs, but him showing up to OTAs would have had no difference in last year's team winning a Super Bowl. And for someone who's been here for that long, to your argument, Kyle, I would say that is a failure on Goody for not getting the right pieces, whether it's through free agency, draft, or whatever. My thing is they never traded in season. They never signed free agents. So that's why I'm forgiving Goody for the drafts. Because in my opinion, it's hard. They should have prioritized Devontae Adams. They should have done a lot more to put them in a better situation last year. He's part of the disgruntled Aaron Rodgers. You could hate Aaron Rodgers, and I think obviously it boiled up to a point where it was time for both.
Yeah, but they used to call him Jerry Krause in the locker room.
But to put this all on the fact that Aaron, this, Aaron, that, if he would have worked with the young guys, they would have been great. They were winning a Super Bowl last year, and that boiled to frustration. Did he handle it perfectly? No. But did Goody do everything outside of the draft to put this team in a situation to win a Super Bowl last year? No.
I will give Goody credit for this. is that in his mind, when he drafted Jordan Love, his focus was, how do I draft guys who will develop and be ready for Jordan Love? That was his overall strategy, and that was his goal, and it's working out. Now, for for Aaron Rodgers, the issue is, as you said, is that they weren't on one accord because he felt like they weren't doing enough. And so could Aaron Rodgers have had a different mentality and been patient and say, you know what, I'm going to actually come in, coach up these young kids, develop these young kids, so by the time I'm 40 or 41, we got a chance to maybe win a Super Bowl? Yes. But when you're old like that, you don't know what is to come. As we found out this year, he ended up tearing his Achilles, and who knows what would have happened had he still been in Green Bay. So I understand the frustration that he had, and I understand why he was disgruntled. I don't agree with the way that he went about it, but I think Aaron Rodgers had every right to be upset and disappointed in everything that was around him. And my last thing I'll say about Goody and his draft classes, you can't suck a whole bunch of times and sit here and act like, oh, those other classes don't matter. I'll say this, and I've said this on Sunday Karma with Craig Carmerson. These last 2 years, he's done a good job. Like this draft class before this even started, it looked good. The one last year looked good. So I'll give him credit for that. It looks like we're going in the right direction. But I cannot forgive you for the boo-boo draft classes that you had before that did nothing to help this team, even now for Jordan Love. Because if guys in 2019 are playing better or 2020 are playing better right now, those guys that they drafted, maybe going into their next contract, this team is that much better. But he missed on too many of those guys.
800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. You can stream Kyle, Brust, and Nortman and get your comments there. Text lines down, which is okay because we have options for you, and you can watch Kyle's beautiful face on video here at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Joining us next is a guy with all the perspective. That's Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. He's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
No. So you don't know what kick the can is?
No, it's a cultural thing, but I'm not going to disrespect your culture. Me and Chris have our culture, and obviously you boys have your culture too.
You and Chris being a part of the same culture is not, that's the upset of the century right now.
No, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. I'm back again with Wonder from Potosi Brewing Company. Another special Potosi holiday brew in my hand, and Wonder's going to spread that holiday cheer by telling everyone about their latest creation.
Cow Pie Dessert Stout. You've all had the candy from Baraboo Candy Company. They asked us to collab with themselves, and it emulates the cow pie candy. It has caramel, pecans, and chocolate. The cow pie, of course, is a dessert stout, so I would have it with a dessert. You could probably plop in a scoop of vanilla ice cream in your glass, and you would have your own dessert right there.
Thanks again to Wonder from Potosi Brewing Company for joining Ben's Beer Fridge. I can't wait to get my hands on their special seasonal beers, and you already know, this time of year, you better keep that fridge stocked.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
Hear that? It's the sound of a winning December at Potawatomi. Play with your club card December 7th, 14th, and 21st. The more you play, the bigger your share of $400,000 in reindeer rewards. And like a classic Midwest winter, the wins can really pile up. Dash to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for your reindeer rewards. $400 grand worth. Learn more at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th. It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids, and still counting. Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. To support, Visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. Or you could also try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. It's stick size and a great way to try all the favorite flavors of the season. So go to Kringle.com to order or call them at 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. A couple years ago, my knee was acting up. As an athlete, I've played through pain before, but it was getting to the point where I couldn't compete in the sports I loved. I decided to check out Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's the best decision I've made. I felt no pressure to have surgery. That was important to me. We had choices. I ultimately did choose to have a procedure. I was in and out in just hours and back in action shortly after. I recommend meeting their doctors. Visit orthowisconsin.com today.
Mark Tauscher on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Remember, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, then you don't need it.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips.
I tell you what, a lot of people have opinions about Goody, but the one thing we can say about his legacy, the rest is still unwritten.
I'll give you applause for that.
Thank you. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I'm Ben Brust. He's Kyle Wallace. Chris Larson run the show, and you can get us on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee, or call at 800-990-3776. But if you call, you might not get through because it's time to talk to the Packers Hall of Famer. You can hear across these very stations on Wilde and Tausch from 9 to noon. It's Mark Tauscher. What's up, Tausch?
What up? How are you, boys?
We're doing fantastic. Do we have you on like an audio system? You're not on the phone. I love this.
So here's the deal. I finished working out. Was driving home to do my regularly scheduled 2:30 appearance. You guys didn't have a different guest booked during my slot this week, and I heard the phone was a little choppy. So being the teammate that I am, I said, you know what? I'm going to hustle home, and I want to make sure to get so it's a clear.
Chris, give that man a round of applause.
I love that. That's buy-in.
Tausch, you are now above any guest. We're bumping everybody for old.
No, I know that's not true. I know that's not true.
You know,
but
whenever you get bumped, it's Ben's fault. I just want you to know that, Tausch. I would never bump you.
I'm well aware.
Whoa.
No, I'm well aware.
We're
and by the way,
there
are going to be times when I'm going to annoy Ben to the point where he's going to just say, I don't even want Tausch on anymore. And Kyle, that's when I'll need you to step up.
Good to know, because he may or may not have said that already before. So
Meanwhile, Brad will be hiding in the corner. Like, everyone just get along.
I'm well aware. So I heard you guys, and it's about time Ben Brust starts giving Brian Gutekunst some flowers. It's about time.
You've been a Goot stan, to your credit,
I have, and I've been right. And I've been right.
Hey, so you were a Goot stan throughout the draft classes, throughout the failures of trying to sign offensive skill players around Aaron Rodgers.
Here's
still
the deal.
A fan of that?
Kyle, here's the deal. I crushed Goody for drafting Jordan Love. And Ben, I believe you were still at ESPN Madison when that happened. It was, I thought, the timing, not the draft of Jordan, but the timing and how it was going to play out. And actually, in that instance, I don't even think, maybe it was wrong on that. And looking at how Jordan's playing, obviously. But the Devontae Adams is the only thing that I would say to him, why would we ever not just take care of Devontae? So outside of those two, I think you look at Goody, and obviously he put himself out there with how he's approached this. And Sunday night was, I think, a monster vindication that his plan worked. And by the way, you still got a ton of stuff coming with Sewell Douglas's trade and with the obviously the New York Jets part of it. So I don't think Goody could have had a better month of November if he tried. And I think the beautiful part is I think December is even going to be better.
So, Old T, Mark Tauscher's joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. And Tausch actually took one of the phone calls during the break. And it's something that a lot of people bring up when it comes to a flash in the pan, right? Like we see quarterbacks come in and play well for 4 to 8 games, and it's only been a 4 to 5 game stretch since Pittsburgh, really, because he wasn't that great against the Rams. For those that say, well, what if he's not the guy and it's just a flash in the pan, what do you say to those?
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be. I just think you've seen enough now that you understand Jordan Love has a ton of potential to continue to grow. And all of the questions that we've had, where there was the horrible month of October where he did not play well, but even when he didn't play well, I don't think it was, how much of it was the receivers not being in the right spot. The bottom line on it is Jordan Love, like every other quarterback, needs to have a good offensive line in front of him. The O-line getting better. Just look at Detroit. First time around, Detroit, they couldn't block anybody. And Jordan Love struggled. I believe Elton Jenkins being healthy and Zach Tom getting back to health has been the catalyst for the Jordan Love being more decisive, making plays, and that's all part of this deal. But now that he's gaining that confidence, some of the throws that he makes and the decisions he makes, Jordan Love is a legit NFL quarterback. That doesn't mean he's not going to have some hiccups. That doesn't mean he may have a bad game here or there. But I think it's fair to say that the Green Bay Packers, when they're going to be available to re-sign him, which I think is April or May of next year, they are going to love to do it because he's proven over the course of this season that he's the guy moving forward.
To me, the biggest thing in a simple term is in the start of the season, I was holding my breath. Now when I watch and he drops back, I'm confident. And I think that is echoed in his demeanor and how he presents himself and now how he's playing.
Tausch, should we have Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think it's fair. And by the way, his decision-making, and I thought in his worst part, which was obviously that Vegas and Denver, that stretch, the Rams, there was some bad football being played. He wasn't decisive, and I think that's a big part of him being more decisive, trusting it, and understanding that guys are going to be in the right spot and that the protections are going to hold up. You feel somebody that is really figuring things out as it's going on.
Tausch, should we have expected this, right? This was a young team coming into the season, and just like anything in life, it takes time to develop, right? You got to have reps. You got to understand what's going on. Should we have expected this improvement by the time we got to week 10 and 11 at the start of the season? Were we overreacting?
No. I don't think if the Packers knew that he was going to be this good, they would have put the fifth-year option on him. If Jordan Love knew he was going to be this good, he probably would have. So all of those things, it's easy to say that you knew, but you have to go out and prove it. But A, to yourself, but also to the team and the management, and that's what he's doing. We all knew that there was going to be ups and downs, and some stuff was going to be good, some stuff was going to be bad. But the part where I was the most frustrated was he came out against the Bears and really for 3 quarters against the Falcons and played really good football. And then things dropped off. And I think we put too much on Jordan and not on some of the surrounding pieces. So if I had to look back at some of my critiques, I think I'd have to look at that part of it more. But Jordan, I think you all knew that he was going to grow to the degree of how good he's going to be. I still don't think we know, but we certainly know that the questions we had, can he be the quarterback? Is he a competent NFL player? Those questions have been long answered.
Little tease here around 3:15 after Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? We're going to go through the 2024 incentives that Jordan Love can make in the 2024 season based off his play in 2023. And what looked like was like before the season, maybe $2.5 million. He could make a lot more money if this team gets to the playoffs and he continues to play like he is. So I think that'll be interesting to look at. Tausch, which is more egregious? Me never seeing Christmas Story or Kyle seeing Elf for the first time like yesterday?
I would say Christmas Story is more of a classic than Elf. So I would say you never seen Christmas Story. You just kind of dumb into it. It's on one of those channels.
It's on 24/7.
24/7 on
it looks
TNT
boring.
or TBS. It's not, if it was boring, they wouldn't run it for 24 straight hours, Ben. That's not the way marketing and business works. It's good for business, and it should be good for you.
Oh, you sound like Greg Scalzo right now. Give me a lesson on the air. Tausch, favorite Christmas movie and movie that you haven't seen that people would be shocked by?
Oh, well, I held out on Titanic forever, and the only reason I ended up watching it, I probably went 20-some years without watching Titanic.
Just to be stubborn?
That's the easy answer. What's that?
Just to be stubborn?
Everybody told me I had to see it, and you know how that goes. If somebody tells you that, you're like, nah, I'm good. So I didn't. Eventually ended up watching it. It's a pretty good little movie, by the way. What was the other question? Best Christmas movie? Man, I'm going to say Die Hard.
What?
Everybody keeps saying Die Hard.
He's trolling. I heard the chuckle. He's trolling.
Well, literally, everybody keeps saying Die Hard, though.
Well, it's like the oldest sports radio kind of silly thing to say. That's not true. I'll say I like Elf. I'm trying to think of the other classics. Christmas Story's good.
I'm Christmas Vacation.
It's not.
And Home Alone 2.
I'm not a big. I don't like Chevy Chase. I'm not a Chevy Chase fan.
Yeah, what happened?
Don't really
to
like
him?
any of his movies.
By the time I was able to know who actors were, I feel like he's been irrelevant since those movies came out. What else has he done other than having me thinking a city named after him?
Yeah, outside of Caddyshack, I am not a fan of Chevy Chase. I don't think he's very good.
Talking with Old T here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across these very stations. Does Aaron Rodgers regret the way that he went out, Old T? Because his PR tour is getting interesting.
Yeah, I think he does. And I think he's realizing that things could have been handled better. I think that was apparent. I've just seen a couple of clips before I jumped on with you guys about with McAfee. But you could tell just by the way he was acting. His actions with the New York Jets that he should have done better with the Green Bay Packers at the end. I understood the year that he was all irritated and didn't really even hold out, but I understood that year. But once he re-signed with Goody and took that contract, I think he should have been here. I said that then. I'll say it now, and I think when he's looking back at it, I think he wishes he would have probably handled things in a different way with Brian Gutekunst, but that's water under the bridge. Now he's trying to piece together what it is that he can accomplish in New York because the Green Bay Packers are way ahead of schedule. They are going to be a playoff team, and Jordan Love.
Say it with your chest. They are going to be a playoff team. I love it.
Well, no, they're going to be a playoff team. Does somebody not think they're not going to be a playoff team?
I don't know.
They'd really have to screw up not to.
No, they'd have to have an epic collapse if they didn't.
Yeah,
it'd be an epic collapse.
I'm with you. I feel like 66% that I'm seeing for them to make the playoffs feels extremely low.
Just wait, you pulled that right now?
No, not pulled. Like that's the analytics.
Analytics are if that's really what the analytics are crazy. The analytics should be in the high 80s of that. You have to look. You're playing DeVito in New York. You have one, maybe two games that you could lose. Obviously, the NFL is tough, and it's tough to win. But it's not as tough to win when you have teams that are trying to lose.
Yeah, and that's where we're at now, right? Like you got a team with the Giants who fans don't even want them to win anymore because they want to get a better draft pick to potentially force the hand of the Giants to maybe draft a different quarterback. They don't want to win.
Well, T, before we let you go ahead.
Realistically, if they beat the Minnesota Vikings, I think 8 wins gets them in. 9 wins, it's a lock. 10, you guarantee. And I think if you had a guess right now, I would say the Packers, I feel really confident that they're going to get 10 wins. And I would say it's much more likely that they have 11 wins than they have 7.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle Wallace and I like that because we have $10 to win 1,000 on Matt LaFleur, plus 10,000 Coach of the Year. Get 10 wins, get to the playoffs, and hopefully Houston misses. Old T, before we let you go, I don't know if you've had an opportunity to see. I've been raising some money, touchdownsforlove.com, FOR. Would love to get the Wilde and Tausch crew involved. Craig Karmazin, a CEO, pledged $1,000 for every Jordan Love touchdown. Through the help and support of many others, we're at $2,200 per touchdown. How can I best get your crew involved? I know you have a lot going on, so I want to provide the opportunity.
That's a great question. I think that's a great question. Obviously, the Wilde and Tausch crew would love to support you in any way we can. So let me talk to the crew, and we will figure out a way that we can help.
Your people talk to my people, and then we can talk. How about that?
Is that Jesse? Is Jesse the person you're talking about?
No, I want Jesse. Nothing to do with Jesse.
I think we'll have to do something with Jesse in that Speedo that he has to do yet. And if we can do that, I think that's the way we can raise some money.
I think you and I are on the same page, Tausch. Thanks for the time, dude.
You bet. See you guys.
Why'd I call him dude? Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. You can hear him every day, Monday through Friday, across these very stations. You ever notice every day is not Monday through Friday? Every day would be Sunday through Saturday.
Oh, it is Monday through Friday. Weekdays.
You
can hear him weekdays.
Monday through Friday, Wilde and Tausch. Lot to digest after Old T. I thought he was really good today.
He was. He got on that kid, and the buy-in was there. Watching some Rodgers stuff beforehand, just in case.
A man's good. We'll hear from you, 800-990-3776, or on YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Get your comments there. We'll be back.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I was about to go get on the highway, and I had the bubble guts, Kyle. Ooh. So it was either get on the highway and gut it out, and this is the first time in my life I've ever had to do this. I did not get on the highway.
No, you didn't.
I went straight, and then I went left into a industrial area, and I squatted like a dog.
No, you didn't.
And I pooped.
Wait, time out, Ben. There were so many other options.
There were not. It was life or death.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Keep the good times rolling every Sunday with GKB founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma.
No rump shaking. Did you say that off the air, Kyle? You got to say that on the air. It was not rump shaking. It was not anything inappropriate. It just was totally irrelevant.
Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Because isn't that how GMs get chosen, right? You trade up, in my opinion, cost the team a chance to win a championship.
Sundays from 10 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. For most men, there's nothing we want more than to stay young, fit, and active, which is why our New Year's resolutions usually include some form of getting in shape. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown are here to help you reach those goals. Testosterone optimization helps with muscle mass and tone, as well as weight management and having the energy and endurance to get in the gym. Forward Healthy Lifestyles also offers weight loss programs like semaglutide to help combat those endless holiday temptations. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
Hey, it's Gary Olson here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? No matter the season, rain, snow, or shine, Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is open for you. A top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. Just $35 an hour gets you a round and puts that summer feel back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Circus Sports is now available at American Place. Bet on your favorite Milwaukee and Wisconsin teams, from Wisconsin football and basketball to all the Milwaukee basketball action, as well as more games nationwide. The Circus Sportsbook at American Place has 36 TVs, so you won't miss any of the action. And it's just 30 minutes from Kenosha and 45 minutes from Racine. For more information and to find out about their events, go to circusports.com. All Circus Sports bets must be placed in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text GAMB to 833-234.
Adulting in the fall means responsible spiking. For pumpkin spice or whatever your preferred fall drink concoction is, spike it with rum chata. It's a solution for any occasion. Rum chata is the world's finest liqueur, featuring premium Caribbean rum combined with vanilla, cinnamon, and the highest quality dairy cream sourced from Wisconsin. Enjoy a smooth shot or a tantalizing spiked beverage with Rum Chata Original. And, backed by popular demand for a limited time, Rum Chata Peppermint Bark. Rum Chata, the superior way to spike and sip responsibly this fall.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For over 90 years, UW Credit Union has helped Wisconsinites achieve their financial goals at every stage of life, offering great rates for greater possibilities. Join today at uwcu.org. The NCAA transfer portal officially opened for business Monday, and 6 Badger football players have announced their intention to transfer next season. Quarterback Miles Burkett, linebacker Ross Gangler, offensive lineman Dylan Barrett, and wide receivers Keontae Lewis, Skylar Bell, and Chimere Dike all intend to play elsewhere next season. Chimere Dike has 1 year of eligibility remaining and will play as a graduate student in 2024. All of these transfers announced their departure on X as of 5 o'clock Monday night.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Are you tired of looking at a dirty, dusty, and cracked garage and looking for a fresh new look? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you about Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor and also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. This makes it perfect for outdoor spaces, just like your patio. Check it out at ShowtimeFloors.com and work with a specialist to transform your space in as little as 1 day.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, baby, I love this song. Sweet Lovin'. I can't do that to Jordan Love, but I'm sure Packer fans would like to. 800-990-3776.
I don't even know what that means.
Making love? Sweet lovin'?
Sweet loving to Jordan Love. Why can't you do that?
Hey.
Is it Taking Man?
Baby do. February 6th.
Oh, okay. That's why.
That's why.
Oh.
Let's go to Sean in Two Rivers. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. If you could turn that radio down, that would be phenomenal, and then you can hit us with your take.
Yeah, I was just calling, all this talk about Jordan Love. Like, I agree, he does look good, but he's only played good for 3 games. I just think everybody should pump the brakes on thinking we got the next possible Hall of Famer and all of that off of 3 games. And to go with Gutekunst and his draft picks, you go back to Ted Thompson, how many good players wanted to come and play with Brett Favre? How many players wanted to come play with Aaron Rodgers that potentially could have taken us over the edge to the Super Bowl, and they just refused to do it? Like Randy Moss, when he wanted to come in, and he was legitimately calling Favre. I don't have a lot of faith in the GM. I don't.
Thank you for the call, Sean in Two Rivers. Again, there's going to be people that want to pump the brakes, and I understand because, Kyle, who has been the king pump the brakes guy?
It's been Brust.
And so here is why, when it clicked for me was, I think that the progression from Pittsburgh to playing better against the Chargers, to dominating the Lions, to outdueling Patrick Mahomes and playing really well, 265-ish and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Beyond the numbers, you're going to get sick of me saying this, but it's worth repeating. You don't have the 2 best offensive weapons, and not weapons, but players you thought you would have going into the season. All-pro left tackle David Bakhtiari. Nope. Injuries to the offensive line that's gotten figured out. No Aaron Jones for essentially the entire year. He wasn't.
He got hurt against the Bears.
Yeah, and he has not been the same since.
Not 100% at all.
Rookie and second-year wide receivers and all rookie tight ends. And a guy named Ben Sims who scored a touchdown that nobody knew before Sunday. What else am I missing here, Kyle? Because he's a first-year starter. For him to do what he's doing with the weapons and everything that is working against him, to me, it's not like yesterday. I'll take yesterday Monday Night Football for an example. And if you didn't watch it, it's okay. Jake Browning, longtime backup, played at Georgia, has never really had an opportunity. Sure, he learned the system, been with Zach Taylor and that team for a while in the Bengals. But guess who he had to throw to? Jamar Chase, a top 5, top 10 wide receiver. And
no scrub he is.
And so my point is, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. I'm talking about guys who have played in the NFL for God knows how long, and Jordan Love's doing it with guys that have not done it, and he himself has not done it. So for me, when people say it's only been 3 games, I just say, look what he's working with.
And there's a reason to be optimistic. There really is. And you said it's not about the numbers. It's about, all these other aspects of it. But for me, it's about what I'm seeing and then also the numbers to back up what I'm seeing. Because at the start of the season, the first game, we were all excited. You said, pump the brakes, it's too early. And then we saw some of the ups and we saw some of the downs. But in these last couple games, there have not been downs for Jordan Love. He's been slanging that pill like a stud quarterback out there.
Slinging the pill.
Slinging that pill, excuse me. Yeah. Like a stud quarterback. But then, like I said, the eyes have shown me, wow, impressive. All these great throws. But on top of that, when you have numbers to back it up, when you're talking about one of 5 quarterbacks in NFL history in their first 13 games as a starter to throw, have 4 games of 3 touchdowns or more, 0 interceptions.
With this cast of characters, and that's no disrespect, it's just the truth.
It's very impressive. And then you go on, how many quarterbacks, I think you said this yesterday, how many quarterbacks in the NFL have 4 games with 3 touchdowns or more, no interceptions?
0.
Only one. His name is Jordan Love. These aren't just lucky numbers that you have. This isn't just, he had a couple good games. This kid has a lot of potential. And when he is at his best, when his teammates are at his best, this team is very good and Jordan Love is very impressive. That's why Packers fans should be very excited, because you're only really scratching the surface of how good he can be, because when these other guys get good around him, they get better around him, he's only going to continue to elevate his game. So we should be very excited and optimistic based off what our eyes have shown us. Don't be pessimistic. We've seen enough to know that he has talent. Now it's on Matt LaFleur and the Packers to make sure that we cultivate that and grow that.
Chris, am I 6-2-1 or 6-3-1? I think
you have back-to-back losses right now.
But am I 6-2-1 or 3-1?
3-1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 6-3-1. And are you smarter than Ben Brust? And make sure you check out the great imaging on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Let's go caller 10 for the aforementioned Jordan Love. You get 15 questions in 90 seconds. You are allowed to say skip or pass. Kyle will be reading the questions. If you beat me or tie me, you will win a $25 gift card. More importantly, you have the pride to say, I am smarter than Ben Brust, which, you should be very proud of, because I'm genius. 800-990-3776. Caller 10 to win a $25 gift card and play me in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? That's 800-990-3776. Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7- and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
Discount Liquor. Did you know that George Washington served his own homemade version of eggnog made with rum, rye whiskey, and sherry? Well, a lot's changed since the days of our first president, but one constant has been celebrating the holiday season and upcoming new year with family, friends, and loved ones. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit?
Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th.
It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids.
Join us in WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season.
To support, visit kidstoKidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Lakeland University. Don't put your life on hold to earn your degree. Build a schedule that meets your needs. Lakeland.edu. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN. Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It is hour 2 of KBN here on 94.5 ESPN, 100.5 ESPN Madison, and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. And it is time now for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust and KBN Nation. Ben Brust is on a 2-game losing streak. He's lost 3 overall, correct?
That's right, 6-3-1.
6-3-1, and we're hoping that it becomes 6-4-1 today. Ben Brust is outside just staring at me, looking at me from the window. But the angle of my seat, you can go on YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, or ESPN Madison on YouTube, and you can see I'm in a safe position and situation where Ben cannot see me. But today, we will have a contestant from Green Bay, and it's Eric. And Eric, we're going to get ready to play, but Chris, hit it.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
You heard the big voice, man. It's time for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And Eric in Green Bay, you will try your luck today on Kyle, Brust, and Norman. How you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Now, you're in Green Bay, and right now Green Bay is the land of winners, and it's December, and in Green Bay, nobody loses when it comes to the home team in December. Is that right?
I sure hope so.
Well, that's all right now. So here we go. With Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, it's 15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass. If you do pass a question, we'll come back to that question if time allows it in the end. You understand all the questions or all the rules there?
Yep.
Fantastic. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Chris, you ready?
Ready. In 3, 2, 1.
All right, sounds good. What do you call a scientist who studies insects?
Pass.
What is the name of the process which a caterpillar becomes a butterfly?
Metamorphosis.
What is the capital of Canada?
Pass.
How many zeros are in 1 million?
6.
What body of water separates France and England?
Pass.
Who is known as the father of the Constitution?
Jefferson.
Which time zone is the state of Montana in?
Mountain.
The stripes on the U.S. flag represent what?
13 original colonies.
Who invented the telephone?
Bell.
Who is on the
Graham Bell.
Who is on the $100 bill?
Franklin.
Who was the president of the United States before George W. Bush?
Clinton.
How many syllables are in the word Mississippi? Syllables are in the word Mississippi.
4.
What unit of measurement is abbreviated OZ?
Ounce.
True or false? The human shoulder is a ball and socket joint.
True.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the U.S. from where?
France.
What do you call a scientist who studies insects?
Entomologist.
All right.
All right, you got a big, good showing. He got the same number of questions right that our caller got last week. We got 12. Eric in Green Bay with 12 correct answers.
Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. How'd I do, Chris?
Oh, wow. Great.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You
good.
didn't fumble. You didn't diddle. You diddled on that one where you had the question about what was it? Oh, the syllables or whatever. But other than that, it was great.
Thank you. Now Ben Brust is coming back in. I was so locked in and focused on the questions that I wasn't sure if Ben Brust was cheating or not. But he was kind of dancing around in my peripheral there. I know we do have him on. We had him on YouTube, so hopefully those on YouTube can tell that he wasn't doing any cheating here. Ben, how you feeling?
Eric in Green Bay.
Yeah, Eric in Green Bay. You know, Green Bay is the place of winners right now.
That is true. I try to feel your energy because last time I walked in the studio, you guys were smiling at me because the contestant did really well, so you knew I was going to lose.
Listen, I'm on business today.
I was going to say, I was out there right outside the studio, and if you can't see, you can go to YouTube and see where the camera is. And I was standing there looking at Kyle with his glasses on, and I was like, man, this is my man who taught classes and gave tests. So you probably feel like you're in your element.
It feels good, baby.
And I'm telling you, what were the classes, three of the classes that you taught?
I taught a lifetime fitness class. I taught a walking class. I taught a bowling class as well. I taught a youth sport class.
Are there any classes that you took that you can create, or you have quizzes from that we can do verbally on the show and see?
Classes that I taught or I took?
Taught.
Oh, yeah, I still have all my stuff.
We have to.
Matter of fact, I have my flash drive upstairs, which has some of my quizzes on there.
Oh my
gosh. My tests on there. I keep everything.
All right, let's get to it. But I was thinking about Professor Wallace, actually.
Yeah, no, Professor Wallace, he's a good one. Now, Ben, here it is. You have 15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to skip or say pass. If you pass, we will come back to it if time allows. Are you ready to go, Ben?
Yes, sir.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
What do you call a scientist who studies insects?
Pass.
What is the name of the process by which a caterpillar becomes a butterfly?
Metamorphosis?
What is the capital of Canada?
I've been there. Ottawa.
How many zeros are in 1 million?
6.
What body of water separates France and England?
Mediterranean Sea?
Who is known as the father of the Constitution?
Let's go with the English Channel on the last one. The father of the Constitution is, John Adams.
At what time zone is the state of Montana?
Mountain time.
The stripes of the U.S. The stripes on the U.S. flag represent what?
The 13 original colonies.
Who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
Who is on the $100 bill?
Benjamin Franklin.
Who was the president of the United States before George W. Bush?
Clinton.
How many syllables are in the word Mississippi?
Mississippi. 4.
What unit of measurement is abbreviated OZ?
Ounces.
True or false? The human shoulder is a ball and socket joint.
True.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the U.S. from where?
France.
What do you call a scientist who studies insects?
Oh, man. Herbologist.
That's all 15.
What'd I get? I feel like I crushed it.
You was cooking.
He had the one where he said, what body of water separates France and England? He said the Mediterranean.
And I changed it to the English Channel.
So if we're going with the English Channel as the correct answer, Ben won by 1 point, 13-12.
13 spot.
13, yeah. I mean, hell, I'm a great professor. I mean, am I not? Got y'all sounding smart, or the questions were actually 5th grade questions.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. I mean, I haven't put up a 13 spot in God knows how long.
Hey, he started feeling himself. When he did the English Channel, he got James Madison wrong there. But then he said, at what time zone? He said, bow, 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 bow.
All right, go through them all. Let's go through them all.
All right, we'll go through them as Ben wins. Shout out to Eric from Green Bay for competing today. You did an excellent job today.
Man,
Eric,
no participation trophies.
There are no participation trophies on KBN, but thank you so much for participating. So we'll start here with question number 1. What do you call a scientist who studies insects?
I don't know. You tell me.
Etymologist?
Entomologist. Yes.
Entomologist was the answer. What is the name of the process by which a caterpillar becomes a butterfly? And you both got that right. Metamorphosis. What is the capital of Canada? Now, how did you know Ottawa?
So most college basketball teams take trips overseas to Italy, France. Our team, before we went to the Final Four the first year, went to Canada.
Oh, fun.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, fun it was.
It was a good experience, but I would have liked to have gone to Italy or France or England or Europe or something like that.
They did that right after you left too, didn't they?
No.
I thought they went overseas.
Well, they did, but that was 3 years after.
Oh, okay. Well, how many zeros are in 1 million? 6. What body of water separates France and England? You said the English Channel. That is correct.
I know. I said it.
Good job on that one. Who is known as the father of the Constitution? It is James Madison.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's all right. You need to pay attention when They did the Hamilton song a couple weeks ago.
Good call.
Remember, it was in Madison, whatever it was. But anyways, at which time zone is the state of Montana? Mountain Standard Time Zone. The stripes on the U.S. flag represent what?
The 13 original.
The 13 original colonies. Who invented the telephone? You both got that.
I mean, I've had that one on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust 10 times.
I believe
think that might be the first time I got it.
I think we did it this year, too. Who was on the $100 bill? You knew that. Obviously, you know about 100s as Touchdowns for Love.
Touchdownsfor.com. I'll be giving an update, but we're up to 2,200. I got a text during the show.
$2,200 per touchdown.
$2,200 to Guarding Against Cancer, all staying in the state of Wisconsin, to UW Carbone.
Big money.
I mean, come on now.
That's big time money. Who was the president of the United States before George W. Bush? What made you get Bill Clinton and not Ronald Reagan?
Because I knew there was Clinton before, in between the Bushes.
I mean, but we said before.
I know, but I knew Clinton was before Bush.
So you just, I
was old enough to have a memory of that.
I mean, it could have been Reagan if it was George H. Bush. There's two presidents named George Bush.
My point is I was old enough to have a recollection of Clinton being president.
But you're not answering the question. How did you know that was the right answer?
Because I was alive when it happened.
But did you know George W? So you know the difference between George W. and George H?
Yeah, when's his dad?
Oh, okay. Who was before his dad? I told you.
Reagan.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to get in the mind of Ben Brust here. How many syllables are in the word Mississippi? 4. That was good. What unit of measurement is abbreviated OZ? Ounce. Is that how do you know OZ?
I mean, I made something with ounces I
thought you were a Gucci man, so I wasn't.
Well, no, I made the Sunday sauce. I made some pasta.
Anyone who buys a steak ever
knows
what OZ is for ounces.
Or drugs. True or false? The human shoulder is a ball and socket joint.
Hey!
The answer is true.
Weed is tight.
The Statue of Liberty was
the reason why I know that one. If you're curious, I have a torn labrum in my hip, and so they explained the hip is a ball socket, same as the shoulder.
Yeah, that makes sense. Statue of Liberty was a gift from where? Everybody
Thank
knows?
you to National Treasure. Second one, I believe, the Resolute Desk.
Yeah, and that's 15. You got 13 of 15 correctly. Good job. Very good. Very good. How did I do? Justin,
so I think Justin and Racine chimed in on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, said Kyle needs to drop the Ben is cheating bit. Just for that, I'll give him a B+.
I said I had to make sure he wasn't cheating.
I mean, you get a B+ just for that. Now, Justin, give him his official grade, because I think he was good as a professor. I think he stayed too much in professor mode in the answers. You got to have more fun with it. You were being so uptight. All right, that was James Madison. He said the English Channel.
Listen. I went in the mode. Okay, I can't sit here and you give me some questions in front of me. I got to go in the mode. I'm adaptable. I'm like a chameleon. You know what I'm saying?
So next time you are subbing for Brad Nortman on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Which
I would like you to treat the segment as if you were introducing our third hour of the show, the 414 hour at 4.
I mean, all right. Well, maybe I like when people think this is NPR.
And I don't. If we are NPR, I'm quitting. I can tell you that much. Or not quitting, because I need the money. I got a baby on the way.
Yeah, you quit. You're already putting $1,000 to $100 per touchdown pass.
Speaking of money, Jordan Love signed a 2-year deal in which he got a good base pay for 2023, but he mortgaged what he was going to make on incentives from playing this year. I thought he'd make $2.5 million from these incentives. We're going to go through the incentives for this season on what Jordan Love will potentially make next year based off his play this year. That's coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
Did you play cans as a kid?
Cans?
Stop playing. Y'all know what cans is? Y'all know what cans is?
Can you say what cans is?
So y'all never took a basketball. You never had, have a soda or something like that. You crushed the can, and then you put it on the ground, and then you walk about 10 feet the other direction, crush that can, put it in the ground, and you take a ball, and you try to hit the can with the ball.
Are y'all that sounds like a horrible game.
I don't worry about it. After 5 minutes.
Don't be culturally insensitive.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We start off with an accident at the end of the ramp from 894 eastbound to 4394 northbound in the Mitchell interchange. Now, this is just at the end of that on-ramp, right out of that tunnel, and it is off on the left shoulder, but they may have to close off some lanes to take care of it. Otherwise, 43 southbound slowing down from Silver Spring down to Locust. Northbound side's going to be slow from Locust up to Keefe, and then northbound 41 slowing from Capitol Drive up to Silver Spring. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 30. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 39. Weather's brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, offering the perfect holiday gift, a memorable experience with the Bartolotta gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com, and happy holidays, Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I cannot imagine that there's any way that he missed the game because he's unhappy that the game was on turf. I think that's preposterous to me.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30.
I thought they looked great. I got to be honest, I think that's what I kind of expected from the Packers.
Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Construction Business Group and Island Resort and Casino.
Get the gift of savings Friday through Sunday, in-store only during Fleet Fest at Fleet Farm. Get a $10 gift card when you buy $50 in toys for the kids. Take an extra 20% off all varieties of wild bird food. And save $10 instantly on any $75 purchase for a limited time only with our seasonal savings coupon. Shop in-store this Friday through Sunday for even more Fleet Fest deals at Fleet Farm, where we have everything you need for everyone on your list.
We've told you about Moses Hadara,
the diamond cutter who created the Kessler 81.
The magical diamond that vibrates with light.
Kessler's works with crazy diamond cutters.
Geniuses who create wonderful, spectacular,
crazy diamond shapes.
The one thing these crazy genius diamonds all have in common
is that they explode with light.
The Kessler Emerald Cut diamond sends out rippling waves of light, like water lapping onto a beach.
The Kessler Square Radiant Diamond glows like the sun on the horizon.
Sometimes sunrise,
sometimes sunset.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's.
Ask to see the rippling waves of light, like water on the beach.
Ask to see the glow that looks like sunrise and sunset.
Ask to see the Kessler Crazy Genius Diamonds.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 10 to 12 ounce or 10 to 12 count selected varieties Green Mountain or McCafe coffee, $6.99. 4 to 6 count selected varieties Northern Bath or Brawny Towel, $7.99. 57.6 ounce selected varieties Extra Laundry Detergent, $2.99. 1 pound selected varieties Land O'Lakes Butter, $4.99.
Look at those brats. You do tailgating right. Absolutely. Did you see the spread out there? You've got enough food to feed the entire lot. I'm splurging now and then hoping to win $700 in free groceries. $700? Yeah, it's all part of the 70th anniversary at Century Foods. No kidding. Next week, I'll do the shopping. Maybe I'll score $700 in groceries. All you need is the weekly code. It's on Century's Facebook or Instagram. Oh, I just remembered. I'll be out of town next week. Yeah, right, cheapskate.
Ends January 3rd.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Gotta give a shout out to the Princeton Club, because if you are a member, you understand it. If you're not, you need to get there. Best rates of the year right now. Right now. So make sure you get to the Princeton Club, because they're open 24/7 with free childcare with the membership. You can find whatever your passion is, because they offer something that appeals to everyone, and that's why I love it. From the moment you walk in to the moment you walk out, there's an environment and atmosphere that helps you feel like you're getting to your best self. So find your better tomorrow at one of the 8 Madison locations or New Berlin at the Princeton Club. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the phone number to call. No text line, which is okay, because you can go to YouTube, go to @ESPN Milwaukee or @ESPN Madison, stream Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and you will be heard. Now, I'm actually sad because somebody made fun of me for the tweet that I had over the weekend because I quote tweeted me getting rim stuffed by the front rim back in the day against Marquette, and it was actually a good joke, and I wanted to hit on that. Don't be shy. You can make fun of me. Kyle doesn't do it. Y'all can.
So wait a minute. You went up for a dunk and you got hung?
I got hung, and then I fell over.
Oh, no.
Trayvon Jackson saved it to Sam Decker, who threw it to Frank Kaminsky for an alley-oop. So it all worked out.
Oh.
The hockeyest of hockey assists.
I'm sure I saw it happen. It's like, oh, my gosh, white boy can't jump.
So 2 for 2 in dunks junior year, 0 for 2 senior year. That was my second dunk that I missed.
0 for 2? You went your senior year without getting a dunk?
And Bo told me in that game, he goes, "You're done. You try to dunk again, you're coming out." So I said, "Okay."
Why can't you dunk?
I can still dunk at this age. But
why couldn't you dunk in a game when you're 20 years old? Why can't you dunk?
Well, back rimmed one of them.
You're 6'2", 3?
6'1", 6'2". But here's the thing, Kyle. If you looked at high school, I could fly. When you get to college, you just it's not worth the energy to try and dunk.
But when you utilize your energy and exuded that to try to dunk, you get hung and you miss dunks. Like, what's going on here, Ben?
That's when I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm laying this thing in.
Well, I just don't understand. How is it possible that you were not able to dunk? Were you barely dunking?
Okay, well, when I got rim stuff, that one was in traffic. Like that one was.
Oh, you tried to punch in.
Yeah,
that
was overzealous.
Oh, you thought I was gonna say
Derek Wilson was next to me. I was like, I'm gonna hang. Nope. My back. He scored.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
I'll show you during the break. You can check it out at Ben Brust on Twitter. Quickly before we get to Jordan Love incentives, Mo from Illinois, you're on a pitch clock. Go ahead.
Sure. I'll make it short and sweet. The Green Bay Packers have made it evident after their amazing win against the Chiefs that this team is going to run the table. They're going to finish 11-6. I've been the biggest believer in this team for a while now. And anyone who doubts that is simply delusional. You don't beat back-to-back teams like the Lions and Chiefs in their respective conferences and not have a chance to win the whole thing. So now the Green Bay Packers are in the race for the NFC North.
Let the man speak. Hey, he told you to be quick and short. Let the man speak, Ben. Let him keep going. Go ahead. Keep preaching, Brother Mo.
Oh, I got you. Let's get it. The Green Bay Packers are going to be in the running for the NFC North title after running the table. And the Packers are now going to make a very deep postseason run, and I'm not ready to say Super Bowl yet, but give it a few weeks and I may be there.
What's deep? Is deep NFC Championship game or getting out the first round, the wild card round?
We'll leave Mo to his next prediction next time, and we can expound on it. But what I will say is, Mo was right once about them making the playoffs. Now let's not get over our skis here, because here's what I'm going to say: we're not going to pretend like just because you win 2 games in the NFL automatically means you're going to win the next 5. It's the NFL, dude. Like the Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence or not should have beat Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals. But this is the NFL. These are professionals. We say it's a week-by-week league. I'm not saying they're going to lose to the Giants, but I can see them losing to the Bears or the Vikings or the Buccaneers, because guess what? Those teams are capable. They have talent. And the Packers are very young and are going to make mistakes. They're not perfect. Do I think they go 4-5? Probably. But to sit here and act like they're going to make a deep playoff run because they won 2 games in the regular season is too far.
Who am I to sit here and debate with Mo? Mo came on weeks ago and said...
you know what? Listen, who am I? Last time Mo called in, I said... There ain't no way the Packers are making the playoffs. The Packers make the playoffs, I'm jumping in Lake Michigan. My ass is jumping in Lake Michigan.
Exactly.
They make a deep playoff run. I'm not going to do anything.
I'm going to say, what you about to sign me up for now?
I'm already jumping in Lake Michigan if they make the playoffs. I'm already donating $100 per Jordan Love touchdown.
Taking food out your baby mouth.
I'm running out of things to do. All right, so if they make a deep run, that means that Matt LaFleur, if they do what Mo says, and they win the next 5 games, what's the record, Kyle?
It'll be 11-6.
And we have a future on what?
Or excuse me, it was 11-5.
No,
11-6. 11-6.
And we have a future on what?
We have a future on
$10 to win 1,000.
Man,
Matt LaFleur, Coach of the Year.
If this hits, I would be so upset that I put my 100 on damn Black with you when I could have put my 100 on Matt LaFleur to win 10 G's. I would have took a whole week off like Brad. I would have went to France too.
I would have came with you.
Would have been able to pay for the trip.
Got a baby on the way right around that time. I don't think I would have been able to do that. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to come back and go through incentives because I do want to get to Kyle's story at around 3:45. So Jordan Love incentives, and I'll tease some of these that I thought were unrealistic, right? So when it comes to Jordan Love's pay in 2024, he has a smaller base salary, but a incentive-based contract based off his play this year. Let me just read this one. $500,000 for 65% of playing time and playoffs. When I saw that, I was like, in all of these ones about the playoffs and Super Bowl and conference title, well, that's $0. Well, things change. We'll go through that next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by the official beer of the NFL. Bud Light.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair.
Need any more? One?
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we go.
Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We do still have that accident on the ramp from 894 eastbound to northbound 4394. It's right at the end of that tunnel ramp. It is out of traffic at the moment, but they may have to close off a lane to try and help clean that out. Southbound on 43, heavy from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down past Burleigh. We've also got the northbound side slowing down right around the North Avenue curve all the way up to Keefe. And southbound 41, a little heavy right past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. For a fun family activity, visit or volunteer on December 9th. For more information, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 30. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, slight chance for a shower later on with a high of 41. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
Get to and from every home game in Green Bay this football season safely. Milwaukee Brought House, Jack's American Pub, and Wanakee Golf Course all offer transportation on game days. They've got bus services with private restrooms and all-you-can-drink packages. Book your round-trip ride from any of these locations and get complimentary access to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at the bar on Holmgren Way. Make your reservations now. There's still room for the December 17th game. Visit MilwaukeeBroughthouse.com to book your trip today and use code ESPN23 for 10% off.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. Or you could also try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. It's stick size and a great way to try all the favorite flavors of the season. So go to Kringle.com to order or call them at 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
In the heart of downtown Milwaukee, there's an all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where there's a table waiting for you at 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, plus the thrill of bingo, full-service sports betting, and more. Are you ready to spark something new? Light up your senses at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For over 90 years, UW Credit Union has helped Wisconsinites achieve their financial goals at every stage of life, offering great rates for greater possibilities. Join today at uwcu.org. The NCAA transfer portal officially opened for business Monday, and 6 Badger football players have announced their intention to transfer next season. Quarterback Miles Burkett, linebacker Ross Gangler, offensive lineman Dylan Barrett, and wide receivers Keontae Lewis, Skylar Bell, and Chimere Dike all intend to play elsewhere next season. Chimere Dike has 1 year of eligibility remaining and will play as a graduate student in 2024. All of these transfers announced their departure on X as of 5 o'clock Monday night.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The official beer of the NFL is Bud Light and has always played a role in communities. And there's no stronger backbone to the communities of America than first responders. And building on a 13-year commitment to Folds of Honor, throughout football season, there's been a donation of $3 million to the Folds of Honor First Responder Scholarship Fund. This is notable because the Folds of Honor primarily focuses on the military, and they are now stepping towards first responders. And together, Bud Light, the NFL Folds of Honor, are raising awareness for the new First Responder Scholarship Program, where they will ensure scholarships for families that sacrifice so much for the country and the communities. So make sure if you know families of the fallen or disabled, they can find more information at budlight.com/folds of honor. Now, what I'm excited to do here is a little exercise as the Packers sit at 6-6. And if I'm not mistaken, we can do a quick little game of some, not mental math, because this is fractions. They played 12 games out of 17. 12 divided by 17 is 70%. Jordan Love has already played over 65% of the snaps. That's not just important for the Aaron Rodgers portion of if he played 65% of the snaps, the Packers would get a Jets second-round pick turned to a first-round pick. What matters is Jordan Love signed a 2-year deal in which he had $15.3 million guaranteed. Now, next year he has a base salary of around $5 million, and he can make $9 million in escalators. Just for playing 65% of the offensive snaps. And you want to tally this up? You want to count your dough that you think Jordan Love's going to make next year? $500,000 for playing 65% of the offensive snaps. He's already done that.
Okay.
$500K.
Plus,
he will make $1 million to make the Pro Bowl. Now, again, you can't just put that in. You got to write down what you think, yes or no.
I thought you wanted me to add it all.
No,
up.
It all adds up to $9 million. This is what he can make. No. You got to figure out what he's going to do, you dungus.
You want me to
I don't need you to do the math.
I was like, okay.
I know. I just said he can make $9 million in escalators.
He can get 500. He gonna get 500,000. I'm thinking we're talking about what he got already.
He's gonna get $500,000.
Okay.
Do you think he's gonna make the Pro Bowl?
I said it. I said it for my prediction on Willie and Taos before the season. The bold prediction. My bold prediction that he's gonna be a Pro Bowl quarterback in the NFC.
Well,
so he's making $1 million.
1.5. It's $1 million for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, so it's 1.5 together, but he's getting $1 million for making the Pro Bowl. So yes, that's a yes.
$500,000 for 65% of playing time and playoffs.
He's gonna get another $500,000, so that puts him up to $2 million.
$500,000 for 65%. I'm gonna drop the 65% because we know he's played that. Making the playoffs and 1 win in the playoffs.
That one is questionable. We have to see exactly how it plays out. If we listen to Mo, it might be a yes.
No. We're listening to Kyle and Ben right now.
I mean, if the Packers can get the 6th seed and they draw the Lions, if they draw the Lions, there is a possibility that they can win that.
But I think for sake right now, we can say no.
No. Okay.
Thank you. The rest are conference title and Super Bowl. So we'll say $500K in those portions. 65% playing time and a top 10 passer rating. Where do you think Jordan Love is in passer rating currently in the NFL?
Passer rating, he's had a really good last 4 weeks. After a rough start, top 15.
Chris, where do you got him?
I'll say 12th.
He is 17th in passer rating to date, so he would not be collecting.
But in passer rating, if you go back to 4 weeks ago, what was he like, 26th, 24th or something?
He's on the way up, but top 10 is tough, especially with this much sample size into the season.
That's very true, very true.
65% playing time and top 10 in completion percentage.
Now, that's one that was abysmal to start the year, but he has consistently grown and gotten better at that. I still think it might be tough for him to finish top 10 with that.
He's still 29th, despite the improvements.
There it is. So it's not happening. Not happening.
Top 10 in touchdown passes.
Now, this is an interesting one. This is one where guys have been going down across the league, and Jordan Love has been lighting it up. I mean, when you have 4 games of 3 touchdown passes or more, that's very, very impressive, and that stacks it up there. So I do think he'll finish top 10 this year in touchdown passes.
He is 5th in the league, tied with Patrick Mahomes with 22. Dak Prescott is first with 26, Josh Allen 24, Tua 24, Brock Purdy 23, and then Mahomes and Love.
Wait a minute, where's Jared Goff? Is he ahead of Jared Goff?
Goff is 20.
Is he ahead of Justin Fields?
I mean, Justin Fields, of course.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, he's the best quarterback in the NFC North.
I see what you're doing.
That's why he's the king of the North.
But that is $500K right there. Top 10 in touchdown passes. Top 10
$2.5 million
in passing yards. Where do you have Jordan Love on passing yards?
Because they have put so much on his arm, and he's throwing for he's been throwing for 220 plus in these last couple games. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to continue to win with his arm because they don't have much of a run game until Aaron Jones comes back. A.J. Dillon has been doing well. He's been.
I asked where you got him. I don't need all that analysis.
Okay, yeah. I'll put him top 10.
He is currently 13th in passing yards.
I got him top 10. He's going to get another half.
Trevor Lawrence is 10th.
And Trevor ain't moving.
He ain't moving. His ankle's hurt. Jalen Hurts, 29.95. Geno Smith, 29.18. He's hurt. I don't see him continuing to go at his pace. Then comes 28.66, Jordan Love. So there is a legitimate shot at him to get top 10 in passing yards. The problem is...
What's the problem, Ben?
He's got to pass Jalen Hurts and Geno Smith.
What about the other guys in front of him? Other guys in front of him can slow down. How far is it?
Herbert, Mahomes, Purdy, Allen, Prescott. It's going to be tough.
Oh, okay. Well,
so he's got to pass Hurts and Geno.
Quite the list there.
But he's got a soft. As we've talked about, these Packers have a soft schedule. We'll put an asterisk by that one.
We can. So we're going to keep him at 2.5 mil.
All right, moving on. Love gets $1 million if 65% playing time and team wins 10 games.
See, this is the interesting one. This is where all these games really matter, not just for the Packers, but also for the pockets of Jordan Love.
Damn! If I'm Jordan, somebody send this to him. So we should tweet this at him.
He knows it, and I bet you his teammates at a certain point will know it. If they get close to it.
The max on this portion, so there's 3 things he can do, but he can only get one of them for $1 million. It's win 10 games, 65% playing time, a team goes to the playoffs. So they win 9 games and go to the playoffs, which is possible.
So
Or 65% playing time, top 10 in passer rating and TD passes, which I don't see happening because of the passer rating.
But he's going to go to the playoffs.
If he goes to the playoffs, that's $1 million. And I think we could write in $1 million for 10 games or playoffs because it's one of those 2 he's got to hit for $1 million.
Now, did we not do playoffs already? The way this thing is written?
No. He gets 3 opportunities to get $1 million. Well, he's got to do one of the 3 I just mentioned. One of them is make the playoffs.
Okay.
Or win 10 games or have top 10 passer.
I'm pretty confident he's going to.
Where we got him right now.
I mean, if you add that on, that's $3.5 million.
All right, and this is the last portion here. $500,000 for the 65% playing time and top 16 in passer rating. He is 17th right now.
He'll get in there.
I agree.
I'll give him that. That gets him to $4 million.
Top 16 in completion percentage. I still say no. He's 29th right now.
Not happening. Not happening.
$500K for 65% and top 16 in passing yards.
I say, wait, we already said before with the passing yards, he was at number 13 right now, so that's a yes.
I'm with you.
Yeah, yes. So that's $4.5 million.
And lastly,
what a lot of incentives.
I need help on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, or call us 800-990-3776 because this is from Albert Breer on Twitter. These are the escalators. What in the world is $500,000 and 65% playing time and top 16 in passing?
I couldn't tell you.
What the hell is that?
I don't know what passing is. I want to know how did his contract get leaked?
Because one of these already says yards. We have a touchdown one.
Have Jason call the league since he has a greater relationship with the league. Have him call NFL and ask him what is this.
Can somebody help me figure this out?
It's very important for his contract for Jordan Love to know exactly what these incentives are. What does it mean to be top 16 in passing?
And because here's the thing, he can make only $1.5 million out of those 4. He's not going to finish in top 16 of completion percentage, but he can finish top 16 in 3 of the 4 to make $1.5 million, which is all he can make in that section. So whatever top 16 in passing is, he's got to figure out. Because that's $500,000.
I hope his agent.
I think he gets 1.5 out of that last portion. So what do we get him at?
Well, if you said, so were we getting him $500,000 additional for that last passing thing?
Yeah, I mean top 16 in passing.
So that would mean we don't even know what passing is, but we're
going to give it to him.
So that means $5 million.
And he'll make $10 million next year. That's solid.
Yeah, I'd take that.
I mean, he got a $9 million signing bonus and a $1 million base this year.
Okay, good money.
I mean, I thought he was gonna. I mean, if we have way more going into the season than all of us would have ever guessed for him.
He significantly played well, but this is a positive for the Green Bay Packers. And as Jason Wilde said on Monday when he joined us, if the Packers have to pay him more money, that means that's a good thing. So we shouldn't be upset about having to pay Jordan Love more money. That means we have as clear as picture as we potentially and possibly want.
65% playing time, top 16 in passing. Is that attempts? Just
know.
Throwing the thing around.
Don't know if that's the case. He's going to be audible. He's going to be audible just like Aaron Rodgers.
Completions. But what does that matter from an incentive?
I don't know, Ben.
You can't just be giving away free $500,000.
I hope the Packers aren't. Shoot, that's my money. I'm a stockholder.
Well, you have a story to tell, and I don't know what it's about.
I sure do have a story to tell. Boy, oh boy, Ben, you playing hooky yesterday.
What does that mean?
You playing hooky yesterday.
What does that mean?
Do you not know what hooky means?
No.
Oh my gosh. What? Chris, you know what that means,
right?
I
definitely know what it means.
Just say it.
Playing hooky means that you are saying that you're doing something, but you're really not.
You're playing hooky from school.
Yeah, like you're playing hooky, not going to school. You tell somebody you're going to school, but you're not. And yesterday, Ben Brust played hooky on KBN for why he was in Madison. He wasn't in Milwaukee for some odd reason.
Don't put air quotes in there.
He had to go to Madison to play hooky.
All right, we'll be back to hear what your beef is. I'm not into this.
We'll find out.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light.
How are you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing great. We just got out of the Packers locker room, and the whole time, Ben, I'm thinking, God, I just want to get out of here so I can go talk to those guys at 3:30. I'm like Jordan Love. Wrap this thing up. Let's get on with it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Okay, it's happening.
Sound the alarms.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
Everyone to their positions.
Everybody calm down.
It's time.
For everybody that is wondering if we're back, if the pack is back.
The pack is back.
The green and gold are back to 500 and looking to make some noise down the stretch.
This is playoff team. Duh. The most obvious thing ever.
We are your home for green and gold talk and the Green Bay playoff plunge. 94.5 ESPN.
A big anniversary diamond is one twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7 and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
I have lots of fragrance lovers on my list, and Ulta Beauty has all I need to add joy to their holiday season. Shop your favorite fragrances from YSL, Carolina Herrera, Valentino, and Ariana Grande's new exclusive Cloud Pink scent. Plus, with a fragrance purchase of $70 or more, get a plush robe or throw, valued at $70, while supplies last. Shop the gifts that bring joy to everyone on your list this holiday season, especially you. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricut and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm gonna go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricut and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricut.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to its sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Must be at least 18 years old. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. See Sleeper Support Center for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-522-4700 for help.
Think you know sports? Then try to turn your sports knowledge into real money with the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy sports app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick your favorite sports and players, like football star Bryce Young. With more stats than any other sports app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players. From pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more or less from the predicted stats and ka-ching. You could win up to 100 times your money if your pick wins. With the Sleeper app, you can make picks anytime, even after the game starts. Check out Sleeper today and unlock one of the fastest growing fantasy sports apps in the world. Download right now and get up to $100 deposit match. Use promo code Milwaukee and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Just go to the App Store, download the Sleeper app today, and remember to use code Milwaukee for up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's promo code Milwaukee.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
My name is Rob, and I was seriously injured. When I think of Gruber Law Offices, I think of an honest, hardworking team who will fight to represent you. Couldn't be happier with the call that I made that day.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. No Brad Nortman. I'm Ben Brust alongside the heartbeat of the show, Kyle Wallace. 800-990-3776 is the number to get into the show on the phone line. Text line's down, which is okay because you can get involved on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Ron in the key chimes in, says, I played with 6 foot and 3/4 inch Ben Brust. We need to see him dunk. This seems like fake news. Fine. I'll video it because I am 32 and I'm trying to get a dunk at like as long as I can dunk. I'm trying to get to like 34.
Yeah.
But if the kid comes, I might put on some baby weight and I don't know if I'll be getting up in the air as high anymore. But I do want to give a shout out to so many of you who are involved in Touchdowns for Love. It started on Giving Tuesday, in which Greg Gard, the head men's basketball coach of the Wisconsin Badgers, they played tonight against Michigan State in a conference game, actually. So good luck to Coach. But Guarding Against Cancer has raised $7.5 million since 2016. And when Coach Gard was on, I was thinking, you know what? If the Packers make the playoffs and I'm jumping in Lake Michigan, might as well get some charity involved. So we started Touchdowns for Love. For every Jordan Love...
Are you trying to butter me up before we talk about why you were gone?
Just hang on.
Okay, because you know
for every Jordan Love touchdown since last week, $100 for every touchdown.
Okay,
we have $2,200 per touchdown.
Fantastic.
Craig Karmazin, Greg Gard, Potosi Brewing Company, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Hold on, wait.
Eric and Terry Hatchell.
Wait.
Matt and Kristen Knoll, Princeton Club, Wolf Family, Legacy Exteriors, Brian Balaga, Scalzo Family, and Zimbrick European.
Wait a minute, because you was playing hooky yesterday, and somebody had.
What are you doing? What's going on? Where are you going?
Somebody told me.
The old co-host is in the room.
So Ben.
Now you're playing hooky on me.
No, I'm not playing. That's not how you play hooky. So Ben, you were where yesterday?
I was in Madison, Wisconsin.
You were in Madison, Wisconsin yesterday. And so when my teammate, my co-host tells me he's going to be in Madison for business, I don't question that. I don't say, oh, what are you going to Madison for? Why aren't you here in studio? I trust and believe in my teammate. But then yesterday, a little birdie told me that, hey, where's Ben? I said, well, he's in Madison working. That's why he did the show from Madison. He said, oh, stop it. He lies and says he's doing the show from Madison, but really he's out there hanging out with his friends, probably at Zenbrick, getting his car detailed, swapping it out.
I should have got a detail.
I said, no, I can't know. And so today I see you, and before I see you, I see Brian D, and I'm like, hey, Brian, our director of content here at ESPN Milwaukee. I said, Brian, what was Ben doing in Madison again yesterday? He said, let me check my emails. I'm not really sure. I don't know what he was doing.
All right, just bring in Greg Scalzo.
So Greg, can you confirm?
Former co-host of Scalzo and Brust, now a suit. I mean, he used to wear one on the show every day, but now officially a suit.
Tell me what he does in Madison. So I should be, whenever he says he's in Madison, I should question what he's really doing in Madison.
Are you training your protege?
Well, what I love, and hello everybody.
It's good to hear your voice on the air.
What I love is I was listening to KBN on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and Ben having his vein pop out, yelling about people leaving the office early. And I was thinking to myself, man, this is a different Ben Brust than I was used to. When is this going to revert back to the Ben Brust that I knew? And yesterday I saw Kyle Wallace, and I said, hey, Kyle, what's Ben doing in Madison? And of course it's, he's got some meetings and doing some things. And I said, no. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
What's that movie?
That movie was Ben Brust was going car shopping in Madison. That movie was Ben Brust was going and doing his errands, hanging out with his guys, dropping in, smiling, doing his whole thing.
I mean, I'm cheesing.
It was a day off pretty much for Ben.
Oh, give me a
break. Where he was able to walk
free day
around, hang out. Again, Kyle, have you ever bought a car during the middle of a work day?
Absolutely not. No. Unless I take a vacation day like somebody told me if I'm only going to be here for a half day. You damn vacation like everybody else does.
Going car shopping.
You're turning my co-host against me.
He's just informing me of what I'm dealing with. I'm sitting here just an innocent person just believing and trusting in you. Little do I know I'm sitting here getting to work at 8 o'clock, working my ass off, and when I'm done with the show, going to work some more. But you're dilly-dallying at a dang car, Mercedes-Benz dealership, Zimbrick International, correct?
Is Zimbrick European?
European, fantastic dealership. But you're sitting there walking around there while I'm in this beautiful facility here working. You're looking at beautiful cars.
I don't know what's more dangerous, the person who doesn't care that they're basically not working or the person who is smart enough to understand how to work the system to make it work for them, and everyone thinks they're working, and then they're hanging out talking about their bets with our guy AP and Zimbrick European.
Hey, AP and I, we're collecting, baby.
Wait a minute. So this is what you were doing yesterday?
I mean, we met on business.
Stop it. What was hours worth of business?
What do you like in the Jacksonville game tonight? Oh, I'm on this. I've got this super tease going right now, and I'm on the verge of collecting, so maybe if I tease it this way, what do you think about that?
Why are you smiling so?
Doing?
Why are you smiling so?
Because I'm red-handed, man. Go back upstairs. Don't you have to fix the office of all those people that I yelled about aren't working?
I'm yelling about you
The audacity to snap on people and knowing in the back of your head exactly what you be doing. I tell you, I'm the only real one around here.
Oh, we'll catch you some point. We'll catch you at some point.
I mean, maybe if I become big time like these guys right here, maybe one day you'll catch me if I become big time.
I mean, Kyle basically said if our Matt LaFleur Coach of the Year bet wins, he's taking a vacation.
No, I said if we put $100 down and we won $10,000, I was taking a vacation. But what is the key thing?
Vacation.
Taking a vacation. I wasn't going to go somewhere in the middle of the day.
So you guys are both in management, and I don't like this.
Out of vacation because he used it all during the Scalzo Brust era.
So what he did was,
time out.
He had an extended weekend. He had an extended weekend. He got to enjoy. He went to Madison, got to enjoy his time with family, and watch the Badgers beat Marquette, and decided, you know what? Let me just go ahead and have an extended weekend, spend it in Madison, wake up a little bit later, stroll into Zimbrick European, do my work. Extended weekend. I see what it was. I see the game you be playing.
So you guys are both in management, right?
Yeah. With my teammates, yes.
You guys got to stop working together. I don't like this because now he's going to be looking at me a certain way, and now I've lost all the leverage that I've had against Kyle.
That's your fault.
He is now going to never trust me again because of you, Greg. Why are you doing this to me?
Well, no, you expect
a healthy skepticism is necessary in this world, and I'm shocked that there's not more skepticism around everything Ben Brust is trying to pull over.
Did you hear that I won 13-12 and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust today?
Rigged.
The questions were pretty easy.
The fact that all of a sudden it's a new show and the man's winning left and right, he's taking advantage of everybody's naivete about him, right? I'm not saying you're naive as a person, but in the Ben Brust world, it's a different world.
Yeah, he got me jumping in the lake with him, which I'm all for.
You were impressed I called that, weren't you?
Oh,
today?
I was so impressed. I literally walked in and asked him to come on the show because I said, You were right. He was at Zimbrick. Yeah, he was at Zimbrick talking like he was in meetings, but he probably picked out his brand new car. Said, yes, that's what he was doing.
I mean, I got a really nice GLC for the
my
baby.
mom wants to get that.
Picking it out in January. It's gonna be great.
Huh.
I came back.
Must be nice.
I came back with
It's a nice little Monday.
I gotta go car shopping with my mom after the show, after I get off of work.
I came back with some business. I came back with Zimbrick European and Legacy Exteriors.
I gotta wait for the weekends to go car shopping, Kyle.
Like a real hard-working man.
All right, you make sure the office doesn't leave before 4:30. We'll stay here to 4 to 5 on the 414 hour. Rutledge and Hamilton coming up in Madison. You want to stay for a Tory Lowe Tuesday?
I mean, I gotta say hi.
You got to. Tory Lowe Tuesday in 2 minutes here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
We do still have that accident on the ramp from 894 eastbound to northbound 4394. It's right at the end of that tunnel ramp. It is out of traffic at the moment, but they may have to close off a lane to try and help clean that out. Southbound on 43, heavy from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down past Burleigh. We've also got the northbound side slowing down right around the North Avenue curve all the way up to Keith. And southbound 41, a little heavy right past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. For a fun family activity, visit or volunteer on December 9th. For more information, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 30. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, slight chance for a shower later on with a high of 41. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play Whistling Straits and other Pro Tour courses, whatever the weather is, in one of their 12 state-of-the-art simulators.
Get the gift of savings Friday through Sunday, in-store only during Fleet Fest at Fleet Farm. Get a $10 gift card when you buy $50 in toys for the kids. Take an extra 20% off all varieties of wild bird food. And save $10 instantly on any $75 purchase for a limited time only with our seasonal savings coupon. Shop in-store this Friday through Sunday for even more Fleet Fest deals at Fleet Farm, where we have everything you need for everyone on your list.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at lowtusa.com.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN. Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We them boys. Holla, we them boys. Holla, holla, holla. We making noise. Holla. Holla, 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 holla.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
And we are presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I mean, I've never seen a hug like that in my entire life. Tory Lowe Tuesday here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Nortman. Kyle, Tory, Chris, and are we going to get another Greg Scalzo appearance here?
I love Greg Scalzo. He gets to expose you. Tory, Ben told me yesterday that he was in Madison doing work. I find out he's doing work with his friends out there shopping for cars at a great car dealership. And I realized that maybe I'm too naive when it comes to Ben. Now, I'm a trustworthy individual, but he has betrayed my trust. Thank you to Greg Scalzo for exposing Ben for the nonsense that he has.
Oh, wow. And he got us jumping in like Michigan. Hey.
Wait, you're jumping in too?
I sucker Tory easy.
Hey, let me tell you something.
It's all about the frequency.
This guy, he came with the idea. I thought about it because my daughter needed new shoes when he went to Vegas. He blew that.
He blew that money.
He blew that money.
Blew
I
it
had
on
to go.
blood.
I had to come around and
we could, you know,
I had to
it would be
become an
nice.
indentured servant for a couple days to get the shoes. Now we jumping in Lake Michigan.
The thing that I messed up on is I'm doing a fundraising campaign for Guarding Against Cancer. I already asked all of our teammates for $100, and now everyone's like, well, last time you asked me for money, you lost it at the casino.
You did.
Now, Fun Days with Cora chimes in because text line's down, so go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. It was so good to hear Scalzo back on the air. It's amazing listening to Ben stumble over himself when Ben calls his BS. Need a weekly segment of Scalzo putting Benny back in check.
Oh, I got a lot on the BS counter for Ben Brust. There's a lot of BS right now.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He can't even keep a straight face when you come around. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to have to start putting, my antennas up to your BS.
So one of the best things that Greg Scalzo ever did is he planted spies everywhere. I don't know how you did it, but you might have to tell Kyle what to do.
Well, everybody loves beating up on Ben. Or actually, I'll take it back. Everybody loves me beating up on Ben.
I love it.
And so
you love it?
And so
why does everyone love it? You guys are weird. You guys got a fetish.
I can. I get the info.
He knows how to push the buttons. Y'all been doing radio for years.
Powerful.
He knows all the tricks. Powerful.
Well, he knows all Ben's tricks.
Right.
You know what? This latest one's kind of a new one. This whole shield of using a charity to try to re-engage himself with the Packers fans. That is a new one.
Wait a minute. Did you guys talk about this?
No.
So you just know.
He just thinks I'm insincere. It's just so wild.
You know what?
Ben is crazy. Ben has a need and a want to be liked and to be loved.
Don't we all?
And so
don't we all?
When he got up to his hijinks right in the summertime around the Packers, and he made Matt LaFleur sign that Aaron Rodgers jersey.
What are you talking about?
All of a sudden, people started turning on Ben Brust. Next thing you know. He was like, oh, maybe I'm right. Maybe LaFleur is a bad coach. Maybe Jordan Love's not going to work out. And all of a sudden now, he sees himself on the wrong side of that fence.
Right. Oh, my God.
And
what are you doing, Greg?
He is just using the shield of charity, guarding against cancer, in order to plow through and say, love me again, Wisconsin. Love me again, Wisconsin.
Hey. Oh, my goodness.
Instead of being on the love train, he was on the tracks.
He was on the tracks.
He was on the tracks.
Exactly.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You know what?
Now it's turned into Greg, Tori, and Kyle.
Well, I'm learning about it. This is absolutely correct. That's 100%. I'm now seeing in between the lines of what this is really all about.
Who's the dummy for not being able to figure it out earlier?
Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
Hold
I'm just
on.
an idiot. I was just trusting you.
You know, on the cartoons where the bubble goes over the head, you got the donkey, the hee-haw. That's what just happened to me.
Yeah. And now we jumping in the lake so he can make amends with a Green Bay Packer Nation and with Matt LaFleur.
He trying to get me to jump in the lake, turn me into a fudge sickle.
And then he used a great cause, a tremendous cause, guarding against cancer.
I'm not using a cause.
No, you are. You are. I'm not saying it's a bad cause. It's a great cause. I donated to it. I'm happy to donate to
the
it.
The Scalzo family, as you said.
I'm going into it eyes wide open, knowing exactly why you're doing it.
And he took advantage of the frequency. He knew I was going to ride with the frequency. Anything for the Packers. And now I'm going to be a fudge sickle jumping into the Lake Michigan on one of the coldest days.
Are you a fudge sickle because you black?
No, I'm going to freeze up. I'm going to freeze up. I'm going to turn into a fudge sickle.
So, do I put the Scalzo family, a.k.a. Greg Scalzo, Aaron Rodgers' #1 supporter?
Yeah, I still am.
Well, I mean, why
I'm not going to back down from my opinions. I'm still a man of
He tried to throw you
integrity.
under the bus now. Now he tried because he know Aaron Rodgers ain't in good spirits with the Green Bay Packers, not on good terms with the Packer Nation as well.
Nah, that's going to be bad. So maybe I should take him off. I was like, nope, you're staying on.
I mean, look, I'll stand by it. I still think this Packers team would have been better off with Aaron Rodgers over the past couple of years. They didn't do Aaron Rodgers right, but we're not here to talk about Aaron Rodgers. We're here to talk about Ben.
All that's happened.
Ben is deflecting.
All that's happened.
Learning. This is a lot of learning.
Is Tori started pointing at me? He goes, "You're making me jump in Lake Michigan. You've been lying." Kyle's going, "You've been lying to me all along."
You haven't been lying.
No.
You've just been using this charity and this initiative, which is a great initiative that I am happily involved with, as a shield to try to re-ingratiate yourself with a fan base that wasn't set with you.
So one thing.
You went from wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey signed by Matt LaFleur with that cheesy mustache of yours, smiling like, yep, bleep you all, to wearing a Jordan Love jersey with a football in your hand and a cheesy shoot, looking into the camera saying, donate now, we're rooting for Jordan Love.
Wow.
Matt LaFleur, coach of the year, we're going to put some money on it.
He played on my love for love, Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers that knew I would buy him.
He played on my heartstrings.
He sure did. Ben, you are diabolical.
So,
you know that?
oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
Ben Rush at his best.
Ben Rush. Can I say something? Can I have the floor? I think in this moment, it's good to realize that I am an imperfect man. Preach, Brother Ben. Can I get one of those?
No, keep going. I want to hear where this is going before you get a preach.
So I am no perfect man, but what I am willing to admit that nobody's willing to admit. What about Adam Shine? The guy who said Jordan Love sucks before he even played a snap. What about that? I am willing to stand.
Whataboutism.
I am willing to stand before all of you on YouTube at
In front of the
Milwaukee,
congregation.
on Twitter, in front of the judge, jury, and executioner. Judge, jury, and Scalzo being the executioner.
100%.
And say I was wrong. I should never have turned. I should never have turned on the people of Wisconsin and put an Aaron Rodgers jersey on.
2 weeks away from the Matty Mouse voice. That wasn't even in the summer. That was just a week and a half ago.
Tori, don't let him get back in our good graces this fast.
First of all,
I got the Wade Miley jersey on.
I'm an advocate now. I got to put on my advocate hat here. It's hard for somebody to admit when they were wrong.
Yeah?
Let's give him credit for that because he said it on the radio.
I was wrong.
And he admitted he was wrong, and he's willing to turn from his corrupt ways of going against the grain, and now he's going to be a decent human being.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
You were. I was with you until right there at the end.
Oh, wow.
Because here's the thing, Tori. I've been through these grifts before, and they ain't going away anytime soon.
Hey.
It's one side, and then it's the other side. It's one side, and then it's the other side.
I said a flip-flop, flippity-flop.
This Packers team goes 1-3 down the stretch. We're gonna hear that Matty Mouse voice again.
He's gonna turn back around.
All I said is Matty Mouse is retired. I didn't say he can unretire.
Listen, you reserve the right to unretire him whenever you're ready.
He's always in the back pocket.
This is just ridiculous. I cannot believe this. Thank you, Scalzo. Thank you for.
Thank God the Scalzo's here to interpret what you're saying.
Exactly. We were blind, but now we can see. Now we can see what you be cooking up behind.
Took advantage of my advocacy.
Why would I do that?
You got to give him credit, though. It was a pretty good play with the whole charity thing. Hey, everybody, now I'm going to be the face of Jordan Love's success.
My goodness. And he's on the Touchdowns for Love website. He doesn't have KBN on there. No.
Oh, your face is on there. Our logo, KBN, is on there.
Picture in the cartoon. But no, the cartoon, the caricature. But meanwhile, he's sitting there with the Jordan Love jersey.
Do I see your ass on the donation list? Do I see your ass with the donation?
No, you see my ass getting in the water. I got Craig to give $1,000 per touchdown pass. Thank you very much.
So you're taking credit for the CEO of giving money.
Hell yeah, if it wasn't for me.
He negotiated.
Exactly. You think he just came.
He brokered it.
You guys are all.
You're taking credit for everyone donating the money.
I mean, yeah. Without me getting the ass, we wouldn't be raising the money.
Without your desire to be loved by everybody, yes, we may not be here. So in the end,
I'm telling you, you don't see.
Rudy, I'm against the ropes. I've been here before. I'm gonna get out from behind the ropes and keep swinging. Don't worry.
I've heard all the conversations. I'm just astonished by how much Greg Scalzo has not been in any of our conversations, our pre-show meetings with Brian and with Brad and with Chris, and the fact that he was able to read you like this and knew exactly what the plan was and knows exactly what your big goal was without even having to listen to anything you say. Bravo.
Greg Scalzo knows my life better than me.
My goodness, he knew exactly what you were trying to do.
It's Kyle Brust and Nortman right now.
One of the 48 laws of power is to be able to reinvent yourself.
Powerful.
And that's what he does.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So does a chameleon, right? every moment you're reinventing yourself.
I'm very skeptical of you now, Ben. I can't wait till Brad comes back so we can talk about this.
Well, I still got Brad right where I want him. I feel like he's got such a great heart that I can take advantage of him for a little bit while longer.
I wish Brad was here yesterday.
So wrong.
It is. Listen to that. You talk the chameleon.
He's victimizing poor Brad.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
You see that, Tori? You see that? I got it right where I am.
My eyes have seen the light.
I will say, though, Brad packing 2 weeks early before any trip, crazy move.
Psychopath.
It's interesting.
No, it's not interesting. It's wild.
You know, he's militant. That's why he made it to the NFL, and we're all here. He only made it to Lithuania. You only made it to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I only made it to Milwaukee and Tori. You know, he's made it very far. But he was a high school football star. He right here with me now.
Are you love him or something? Jeez, take it easy over there.
I'm just saying that regiment militant. Maybe if I was more militant, maybe I would have made it to the NFL too.
Nah, I don't think so.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
Like, let's be real.
Damn.
I don't.
I see your frame right now, Kyle.
Well, you don't know what my frame could have been 10 years ago. 15 years ago. I got it in my blood.
Yeah, unfortunately, they got the better blood. You're like a half blood.
That's true.
800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Greg Scalzo, the suit, holding me accountable for all of my deceiving that I'm doing right now, apparently. Tori Lowe Tuesday. Kyle Wallace here. I'm at a loss for words. I feel like I'm on my old show, and everyone's turned against me. And all I've been trying to do is raise money for guarding against cancer.
Oh no, I'm gonna put on my little voice. All I'm trying to do, love me.
I love this.
I mean, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad to see somebody to your left who you spent 6 years with on the radio come and just destroy a fundraising initiative that he's a part of.
I'm promoting it.
We need KBN Nation to go to YouTube and text if they believe that he's sincere.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Oh, no, here's the thing is Ben is doing a good thing, but the motive is impure.
So where does that land on good or bad?
It's complicated, like most things. Like
Facebook relationship is complicated?
The result is going to be a net positive. But your motive to do this is not pure.
I ain't killing anybody. I'm not like a killer.
But you,
I just love the people of Wisconsin.
Greg, do you know who spoke at the Guarding Against Cancer last fall event?
Who?
Or last spring?
You don't know this?
Oh, Matt LaFleur did. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
right. That same day when Ben Brust was getting his autograph signed, his Aaron Rodgers jersey signed by Matt LaFleur, I was talking to Matt about how much I appreciated the work he did with Guarding Against Cancer.
Greg did say that.
I went up,
Greg class act.
Chatting with him, I'm like, hey, we appreciate that. You know, I'm part of the steering committee there, and thank you. And
you slowed him down.
You know.
No, Greg disassociated himself with me. He didn't know he was with me.
Oh wow. Oh, big time. You're gonna learn that too, Kyle.
I told him if we had a chance to meet Matt LaFleur, which Matt LaFleur is a fan of Guarding Against Cancer, as we all should be. I'm going to make sure when they have their conversation and discussion, I'm going to be from a distance. I'm going to watch how the conversation goes and then approach.
What's the song, Tori?
This is DJ Khaled and Lotto. Big checks, pay the bills.
Yes, sir.
And
touchdownsforlove.com.
Got the skills to pay the bills. Hey, I'm excited.
Hashtag thank you, Greg, is coming through the YouTube comments. Thank you for your appearance, Greg Skell.
Donate.
Touchdownsforlove.com. We're up to $2,200 per touchdown. I feel like I've been violated. Not because he just smacked my butt on the way out, because he called me out. I'd say he's 75% truthful.
No, he's truthful. I can't believe how he read you. Everything that you told me, he told me as well that you were going to say. I can't believe it.
I don't know what happens next. Kyle and I are going to have a heart-to-heart during the break. We'll be back. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Tori?
Hey.
Thank you.
Go Pack Go, right?
I still thought the apology when he said he was wrong was sincere.
I agree, but actually, I'd like for you to stay. Greg took over. We didn't need to hear from Tori. You want to hear from Tori next, Kyle?
Let's hear from Tori.
All right, Tori Lowe Tuesday, for real, without Greg Scalzo next.
Pow!
go. But don't get it confused, I could do without you. I need them both.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'll say that, man. Mark Chmura, every time I see him in the morning, get my coffee, I walk right by here and I look at him, I'm like, man, that's a handsome dude.
So I'm going to cull up with him too, huh?
I'd love to. I feel like I'd fit right in. You know, he's 6'6". You know, I'd be the little spoon with Chew.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43. We do have some backups coming in from Silver Spring all the way down to Locust, and then back on the brakes through the Marquette onto 4394. Northbound side's backed up from Fond du Lac up past Keefe as well. Westbound on 94, backing up from 25th Street all the way through the stadium. The eastbound side's heavy from 76th Street to about 25th Street, where there is an accident off on the right shoulder at the end of the 25th Street on-ramp, so heads up with that. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 30. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, slight chance for a shower later on, a high of 41. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
Andy Reid's a dog? No,
Andy Reid's not a dog.
It does not have to be
Come on, he's like a St. Bernard.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
It doesn't have to be hulking. It's an attitude.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Created diamond prices
and natural diamond prices
are the lowest you will see in your lifetime. A temporary oversupply of diamonds worldwide has created a fabulous opportunity for you to own a much bigger diamond.
Natural diamonds were born in the earth when the world was new.
Created diamonds were born in a plasma chamber when your love was new. Plasma chambers are fascinating.
Plasma is not a solid, a liquid, or a gas.
Plasma is the rarest substance on Earth, but the most abundant substance in outer space.
The northern lights and a bolt of lightning are the only naturally occurring plasma on Earth.
But in outer space, the stars are all made of plasma. Natural diamonds were born in the Earth.
Created diamonds were born in a star.
Diamond prices will never be lower. If owning a big diamond is on your bucket list,
this is your year for that dream to come true.
You're going to be happy, happy, happy.
Find the Kesslers nearest you
and see our extended holiday hours
at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
The holidays are here, and the perfect gift idea is a custom holiday gift box filled with Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. Order today at Kringle.com.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to Welke's.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I was smoking cigarettes on patios. I was drinking beer.
My whole life just turned upside down, I can tell you that much, because Greg Scalzo, big boss now of ESPN Milwaukee, Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, came in with his suit, his nice hair, and called me out.
I mean, you said it yourself. You were deceiving us.
I wasn't. It was deceit. Who said, when did I say I was deceiving?
You were also misleading as well.
How was I misleading?
You were misleading in the fact that the reason why you were doing this You were using, as he said, guarding against cancer for another ulterior motive. That's all it was. Like, your motive was in a place of, hey, I want to get this, but while I'm also earning the fact of getting the respect of Green Bay Packer Nation back, I'm also going to do a good thing. So you're using that to get in the good graces of everybody. It worked for me. Look at me. I love giving back for anything, donating time or pushing.
And I'm an advocate, so I love to help people and.
So how can we get all together? It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, Kyle Wallace, Tori Lowe Tuesday here, Tori Lowe's here, Ben Brust, Chris Larson running the show, and I truly do believe this. I really would like to get this out there without Mr. Yappity Yap to my left. Now you can be
I'm skeptical.
You can be skeptical,
yeah.
but I took advantage back in the summer of what I thought was me being a funny Yahoo, put the Aaron Rodgers jersey on, troll. I forgot in that moment when I talked to Matt LaFleur, the same people that were all around me, watching me on social media, are all a part of this community. Wisconsin loves Wisconsin. And I was a Badger. I lived in Illinois when I got done playing overseas. You know what wasn't home? Illinois. You know what is home? Wisconsin. In that moment, I forgot why I came back here. It's the people. The people make it great to live here, and I forgot about that in that moment. So, you know what people have a hard time doing? Saying they were wrong, saying they were sorry.
And I agree with that.
I'm sorry for what I did on that day.
That's the toughest. That's
the real clap. He just did this whole monologue.
You see anything written down? You see anything written down?
Strings.
You see anything written down? That's right from the heart.
I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical.
You can be skeptical.
Well, this is
fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Well,
shame on you.
When he's apologizing and he's saying he's sorry, now it's the actions.
You're right.
Put it out there in the universe.
Actions over words, baby.
So now he said he's sorry. Now let's see.
Clip this. I want you to clip this.
Right.
Because
We got to clip the apology.
If the Packers somehow stumble, then we're going to play this back when he, again, as Greg said, the Matty Mouse voice comes back out. He's trashing people on the Green Bay Packers. When that happens and he's talking bad about Goody,
then we'll know.
He was giving praise to Goody today. Like, you're really on a high right now.
I mean, look, but has anything I said, Kyle, not been factual?
Some has been opinion. I don't know about everything being factual.
I mean, but my opinions are usually factual.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Tori Lowe, the world's biggest Packer fan. He joins our show every Tuesday.
Right.
I'm going to give you the floor for a second. How are you feeling right now?
Well, right now I'm feeling like the Green Bay Packers are the hottest team in football right now. We beat the Lions. We beat the Chiefs. And I believe we need to put to bed the discussion if Jordan Love is the man. I think that he went through his trials and tribulations, and when it counted, because these were two games, and especially when I was doing Green Bay Game Day, because, I do Green Bay Game Day with Kyle Wallace and Alex Strofe, I looked on the screen, and I saw nobody pick the Packers to win.
Nobody.
All 10 NBC Sunday Night Football analysts pick the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Green Bay Packers.
So
a week removed from beating the 8-2 Lions.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I think that it's time right now to say that Jordan Love may have arrived.
Yeah, he has.
Look, I started the show on Monday, and this could be part of the clip it and see if he's a fraud or not. I said that it is, to me, undoubtedly Jordan Love, the franchise quarterback for at least the next 4 to 5 years. He has earned himself that next contract with how he has played because of the fact that David Bakhtiari is out, because of the fact that Aaron Jones has been out, because he's utilizing the youngest wide receivers and tight ends since the 0-16 Browns. You know who would fail with that? Just about any quarterback in the league. And I truly do believe that.
I agree. And it looked like he was on a short leash. And I always said, like, you got to realize when I said the comparison to Aaron Rodgers' first starting year as QB, the comparison to Brett Favre's first starting year at QB, he was right in the mix with those ideas as first time coming into the league, starting his first season as a Packer. He was right there with those guys. And now I think he, at 6-6, he can eclipse Aaron Rodgers' first season.
I'll give Torrey credit for this, is before the season started, he had no doubt that Jordan Love was going to play well. And he said Jordan Love was going to play well because the Green Bay Packers found a formula. The formula was your quarterback sits behind a great quarterback.
Right.
They learn not only the offense, but they learn how to be an NFL player. They learn how to be a quarterback. They learn how to be a leader. And then when it is their time, they have learned enough that now Sensei and whatever Obi-Wan Kenobi or whoever it is can move on, and you can pass the torch.
Right.
And so the torch was passed to Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did the same thing to Jordan Love, and Jordan Love has played so exceptional where, again, he is doing things that no other quarterback has done this season with having 4 games with 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, being one of 5 quarterbacks in NFL history to have in their first 13 games as a starter 4 games of 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He's doing impressive things.
Phenomenal job.
That puts him. And then when you look at the numbers, and it's hard to match numbers with numbers. When you look at the numbers, he's right there, mano a mano with Brett Favre,
right,
in his first season starting, and also Aaron Rodgers. But then on top of that, guess what, fellas? His team is winning more games with less talent than Aaron Rodgers did his first year.
I agree.
He already got to the 6.
I mean, I would say, there is a very good chance that they win more games than Aaron Rodgers did last year.
It is.
They were 8-9.
Yeah,
you're sitting at 6-6 with 5 games against bad opponents.
With the worst team. And you already, in last year, remember, the Green Bay Packers hadn't beaten the Lions, I believe, in 4 straight games. The Lions had beaten the Green Bay Packers in 4 straight games. Jordan Love went into Detroit, the first place Detroit Lions, and broke that streak in year number 1 as a starter. He did something that Aaron Rodgers could not do last year when everything was on the line to make the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers couldn't get the job done. Jordan Love was able to get the job done this year for the Green Bay Packers to keep them in the playoff conversation.
Well, a lot of people thought it was far-fetched when I said the Packers will win 10 games this season.
You thought it was far-fetched at 2-5?
No, what I'm saying is, I said I had to recalibrate because
had to move some stuff around.
I had to take the frequency module and try to figure this out. But what I'm saying is, I realized that when you have a person like Jordan Love who has been taught by one of the best, then you stick him out there with no veteran wide receivers. He was able to he's making these young men as he grow. So if the Packers are successful, even if they, make the playoffs and let's say they don't go on to the Super Bowl or anything like that, they would all be surprising. But what I'm saying is this young core group is one of the youngest groups in the NFL. And if they can finish this season with that win against Detroit, with that win against the Chiefs, Pat Mahomes, Jordan Love going head-to-head, that he marked on the calendar because one of his first complete games.
Fox still owes him a turkey leg, too.
Right.
They sure do.
So here we go. What is the ceiling for the Packers?
It's a great question. I mean, look, I think it was – the way I broke this down, Tori, was in college you have the syllabus week, in which it's the first week and everyone likes to go drink, party. You go to class. They just tell you what to expect for class. For me, in this 17 games, the first 7 games of the season, first 7 games were the learning curve, right? Just show up to class, read the books, grow as much as you can, and then when midterms are coming around, that's going to be 50% of your grades. And 50% of the grade was Pittsburgh, LA Chargers, Detroit, and Kansas City. They went 3-1, and they won 4 of the last 5 games in the heart of what was going to be the most challenging part of the season. Now it's 25% of the grade left in the season. That still matters. But can you take what you built in the meat in the midterms and take that and go put it on teams that are really hopeless?
And honestly, this is the most important
and it's
part.
hard to do for the record. When you are real quick, when you're the hunted, because you are going to be favored in all those games.
Right.
You were hunting everybody. Now you're looking at the playoffs. How do you respond as a young team, and how do you coach a young team like that?
And everybody says there's an old phrase that goes, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And with the Green Bay Packers, the way they started, it wasn't great, but you saw some glimpses of potential there. But with these last couple games, all you did when you beat the Lions, when you beat the Chargers, when you beat the Chiefs, is that you prove that you're good. Now this is the opportunity to cement yourself as a good team in the NFL, as in legit, as these Green Bay Packers, this is a team we need to look out for. These next 5 games are just as important as these last 4 games because this is now, you talk about your power year, this is your chance to see where the shift of power in the NFC North and potentially the NFC could potentially be with the Green Bay Packers if they're able to beat good teams and then take care of business against teams they're supposed to be with this next 5 games.
Well, I'll say this. The Packers are catching a lot of teams off guard because they're opening up the playbook, and some of those plays are not on film. So they're catching a lot of teams off guard because now they're able to open up the playbook. Matt LaFleur is able to whip it up.
Well, as soon as he got confidence in Jordan Love, he's like, I think when he said let it rip to Jordan Love, I think he himself let it rip as well.
Right.
Tori Low Tuesday. Pleasure having you, Tori.
Hey, look. Powerful.
Oh, wow.
Powerful show. Pow. Go, Pack, go.
Jordan Love, throw some touchdowns, baby. It's not about me. It's about guarding against cancer. Just remember that. We'll be back, but first I got to tell you about the dog of the game, which you can hear on the Green Bay Game Day post-game show. Brought to you by Sit Means Sit, because if your dog doesn't listen to you, you ask yourself, why do they not listen to me? Look no further than Sit Means Sit, because you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and the only right answer for the post-game show when they did the dog of the game should have been Jordan Love, because he played like one. He was one. So contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training in Milwaukee or Waukesha to schedule a free consultation. We'll be back.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, presented by Bud Light.
It is the 414 hour at 4.
No.
All right, Kyle, take it away.
If you're going to say it, you got to say it right. It's the 414 hour at 4.
Okay, so how am I supposed to say that?
Say, 4. Come on.
All right.
4. 1. 4.
It's the 414 hour at 4.
Come on, they're going to have some swag now.
No way. I can't do that every day.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got a broken down vehicle on 94. It's on the westbound side, just past Highway 100 in Waukesha County. The right lane is blocked because of this broken down vehicle, so be prepared for delays there. Also an accident eastbound 94 at about 25th Street. Looks like it's a semi involved here. We got backups all the way back to almost 84th Street. Southbound 43, very heavy ride from Silver Spring all the way down to almost North Avenue, and then back on the brakes through the Marquette all the way down to the KK River. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 30. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, slight chance for showers later on, a high of 41. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
I will say, there is a part of me that believes the Jets made this bed, and they have to sleep in it. They're wearing shirts a couple of years ago with Mike White. They've hated on Zach Wilson. He's earned it.
Whoa. That's not the organization.
The players.
That's the players in the locker room. Yeah.
Well, it is. To me, it's the organization in allowing that. I mean, how do you let your players off the bus wearing that shirt?
You can't control your locker room. Like, as a coaching staff, as an organization, there are a lot of things you can police. You cannot police the locker room. You cannot choose the leaders in the locker room. The locker room chooses the leaders for the football team. And the issue with the quarterback position is that is a leadership position by nature. And so if Zach Wilson shows himself too immature to handle that responsibility, then you can't expect that the locker room is not going to react. What you witnessed last year with those guys wearing the Mike White t-shirts on the road to play Minnesota was that they didn't believe in and they didn't trust Zach Wilson in that role. They didn't.
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and flavorful. It's always the crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Hey, this is Brian, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is the joy that it brings to me and everybody around me during the holidays. They're warm, juicy, and delicious.
Cater the holidays with Chick-fil-A today. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Pro Paint Days are back for MVP's Pro Rewards members at Lowe's. Now through December 15th, you can earn 10% back in paint rewards via Lowe's e-gift card when you spend $100 or more on qualifying paint purchases. Plus, save $10 on a new and exclusive 5-gallon pail of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Drywall PVA Primer and Sealer. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Offers valid 12/4 through 12/15. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/L/pro loyalty terms. Subject to change.
Circa Sports is now available at American Place. Bet on your favorite Milwaukee and Wisconsin teams, from Wisconsin football and basketball to all the Milwaukee basketball action, as well as more games nationwide. The Circa Sportsbook at American Place has 36 TVs, so you won't miss any of the action. And it's just 30 minutes from Kenosha and 45 minutes from Racine. For more information and to find out about their events, go to circasports.com. All Circa Sports bets must be placed in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text GAMB to 833-234.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Baby, please don't go. If I wake up tomorrow, will you still be here?
We get the Nortman part of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman back tomorrow. Isn't he out Thursday, Friday, though?
He's out Friday.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what the heck he got going on. What type of deal he signed when he how he got all these vacations? Don't you have to earn vacation days? How do you earn 10 days?
Maybe you negotiate that into the contract. Like, hey, if I'm going to start, like, I need to go on this vacation that I've already planned before I start.
I should have negotiated that. I don't even use my vacation days, man.
That's your fault.
Oh, I mean...
Oh, I forgot what I was going to ask. So Greg Scalzo, my former co-host, came on with us.
Yeah.
So I used up all my vacation days. The way that I have done it is the Monday, I believe, is the 25th, Christmas Day, that the company gives off.
Yes.
I had 3 days left, so I took it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because that's that weird week where nobody knows.
So lazy. I swear.
Nobody knows what's going on that week. So I was going to ask Greg on air, and I wish I would have. I'd be like,
I'm coming in to work. What do you mean?
So is it cool on Friday if, like, you know, I take off the show and kind of?
I'll be here the 22nd of December, and I'll also be here the 26th of December. Why?
Sucks to be you. I'll be out the 21st through January 3rd.
Suck it, Kyle. Get his ass, Chris.
I work. I mean, I am dedicated to KBN Nation, to 94.5 ESPN
You're just
Milwaukee,
now because Greg
ESPN
turned on me, you're trying to embrace yourself.
Ben, legitimately, I have a lot of vacation days, and I do not. Every year, I just take
Are those
half a day's
transferable?
here. I think you can potentially give them.
You can carry them over, yeah.
Only 5.
No, I meant like
to other people.
Can he get it to me?
Somebody else?
You want to send me one for Friday?
Absolutely not. I love being here. I love working. I don't mind doing it. Matter of fact, if I might be doing this show from Florida because I have, I might go to the bowl game and I want to be able to do the show.
Well, that's not your decision to make.
What do you mean?
As the dictator of the show,
I don't know what you're talking about. I already talked to my supervisor, and he already told me that it would be okay. So I don't know what you talking about.
Let's go to the KBN Academy.
Dictator my ass.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know, you really suck.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment. This is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
It is the KBN Academy. Before we get to John Anderson, who's going to join the Homer Hour, we're going to answer some questions and give A's and F's. There's no B's, C's, or D's or anywhere in between. So we're going to start here. The Bucks play tonight in the quarterfinals of the NBA in-season tournament against the New York Knicks, and if they win, they go to Vegas. A or F, it matters to you if the Bucks win the in-season tournament.
See, this is an interesting question. You said A or F if it matters to me. To me. Anything that has to do with the Bucks winning basketball games matters to me. So it's an A for me. But what I'm finding out, Ben, it is an F for most people. Nobody cares. Nobody understands what the heck this in-season tournament is. I have tickets to this game tonight that I've been trying to sell, and right now they are listed for $35, and nobody wants them. I'm going to have to give them away. And here, even in our office, we have tickets we're trying to give away, and people don't want them. I don't understand. Why is there no juice behind being able to win an in-season tournament, a trophy, man, and also going to see a Bucks game? I'm just so surprised.
Yeah, especially because the environment at Fiserv, like the building's built for basketball.
Yeah.
The experience is a good experience. It's the first in-season tournament. The courts are ugly.
This is a chance to cheer the team on to make it to the semifinals, and there's no juice. Look inside the market hall. Now, the game starts at 6:30. It's not buzzing with people.
I'm with you. But, again, you can't tell the people to be excited about something or not.
They should be.
I think that the in-season tournament was too convoluted. Nobody knows what the hell is going on.
You got to watch and learn. Now that the group play was a little
You need to
confusing.
make it simple for people. Right now, it's simple. You win, you move on. But I think it turned people off trying to watch these games and understand because it was so different. I like the point differential thing. For those who don't really know, you are in a group, and every basket matters till the end of the buzzer, right? So typically in a basketball game, if you're up 10, you run the clock out. Hell no, in this tournament, you are trying to score as much as possible because the point differential of how much you beat teams matters in advancing. Now, again, it just got so convoluted of who you're playing.
Listen, the games were already scheduled for who you had to play until it got to the quarterfinals. So, I mean, Bucks fans, let's be excited. Let's root on the Bucks so they can be the inaugural champion of the in-season tournament.
A recent episode of Jeopardy had 3 contestants fail to recognize the band Led Zeppelin after being shown a picture of the band and being told their album name. Annoyed fans took to social media to call the contestants idiots for not being able to name the iconic rock band. ARF, you would be able to recognize the band Led Zeppelin by a photograph of them.
I had no idea what they look like. Or do they? So I get them confused with Kiss, who have the black hair,
with the tongue hanging out.
Confused with the Kiss wears makeup.
Well, Led Zeppelin
doesn't.
Don't they wear masks or what?
No.
What do they wear? What is? Aren't
They're
they
normal looking guys?
Are they
with long
really?
hair? Yeah.
Do they wear like hippie shirts?
I don't know if they wear hippie shirts or not. No, not really.
What's a Led Zeppelin song?
That's probably a good place to start. You definitely know a Led Zeppelin song.
I know,
but I'm with you. I'm an F. I couldn't pick Led Zeppelin out of a crowd.
No, not at all.
If he was sitting in the market hall right here, I couldn't. If he came in the studio, I'd been like, "What's your name?"
No idea.
Is he alive even? I hate to call somebody out.
It's not a person. It's a group.
Well, is the lead singer alive?
I don't know. I'm not a Led Zeppelin fan. I've heard of Led Zeppelin before.
I mean, you know what they look like? Kyle, did you think Led Zeppelin was a guy too?
No. Well, I knew it was a group.
Oh,
you
could have went down with me.
I know. No. I listen.
Their biggest hit was
You're done going down with me.
Yes, I'm jumping in the lake for a great cause. That's what it is. So that's me going down in the water with you. But you said what, Chris?
Their biggest hit, "Stairway to Heaven," by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that song. Sing it for me.
Why would I sing it for you?
I don't.
Come on, give us a little bit, Chris.
Robert Plant was the lead vocalist, I think, right?
No,
I mean, give us a little Stairways to Heaven. Like hum it.
I'll bring it up right now for you guys.
Okay.
Oh, boo.
Knock, knocking on heaven's door.
That's Guns N' Roses.
Oh, okay. Well, there we are. So I don't know.
The holidays are upon us, and you know what that means. New Year's resolutions. So look, men can be their own worst critics. I've talked about it. What you need to do is talk with Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown to help men reach the 2024 goals with testosterone optimization. That means building muscle mass and tone while continuing to get the energy to go to the gym. And if you're like me, holiday parties offer that temptation. They sure do. And with that baby coming, I'm taking advantage of every second I can of myself, which usually means eating snacks on the couch. So with that, I've been working with Lindsay's team to offer weight loss programs like semaglutide. And if you do this now, you'll beat the people to the New Year's resolution. So don't think about doing it later. Think about doing it now. Book a free consultation at forwardhealthylifestyles.com.
There's got to be
Stairway to Heaven.
Okay.
Can you go to like the main part? Because like when I listen to this, I'm like, sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Nice guitars.
John Anderson joins us next. Big Led Zeppelin show.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Is this like a KBN or is it like individual picture per page?
No, I was hoping
this is going to change the price.
It's like it's like a calendar. You got your own page.
Okay,
your own page. Okay,
own page is one thing. I can do that, but if I got to be nude, taking multiple pictures for an hour next to y'all swanging and langing all over the place, I don't think I want.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Incomplete! No flag! Packers win!
There's life in Green Bay.
I'm not putting a limit on what we can do. I really think we're just getting better and better every week.
You start winning some games and people start gunning for you now.
A playoff push is back on tap after a statement win.
The Green Bay Packers are now 6-6, and they got people believing in this team.
Nobody's going to want to face this team when they get to the playoffs.
We are your home to talk all things green and gold. 94.5 ESPN.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, aka fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year that you are back living normal life again. Hey, this is Brad Nortman. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These all-natural treatments can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you pain-free movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who had knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, who are able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here. Regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love. And don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Again, 414-285-3474.
The big guy needs some help this holiday season. So of course he's going to the Corners of Brookfield, just like you. Find something for everyone at the Corners. The 30-plus retailers and restaurants are sure to check off every wish on your lists, and the Corners has 15-minute parking for a quick in and out. But if there's a gift only Santa can deliver, head to the Market Square for a special North Pole mailbox. Letters are accepted until December 22nd. This season, the perfect gift is right around the Corners. Visit thecornersofbrookfield.com for more.
It's never too early to start making your list and checking it twice. Give the gift of a delicious Milwaukee food and city tours experience this holiday season. From a walking tour on Brady Street to our tacos and tequila bus tour or our beloved Christmas bakery bus tour, we have something for all tastes. Plus, we're offering a 15% discount on all gift card purchases through the end of the year. Send your clients, colleagues, or family this delicious gift at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
So I feel like I know the beat, but you're not playing like the chorus.
It sounds
This
like
is the chorus.
This sounds like every
Whole Lotta
song.
Love. Led Zeppelin.
This sounds like every song made during that time.
Right? You're watching a movie.
Like 70s type music, right? This is 70s.
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah,
John Anderson's going to be disappointed. But first, I got to tell you about Palermo's because it's so screaming good. From the OG Screamins to the thin and crispy, the tavern style, or the 2.5 feet of stuffed crust cheese and the pizza. There's no better pizza in your local grocer's freezer. From the whole milk mozzarella cheese sourced here in Wisconsin to the secret tomato recipe sauce, the stone buttered fiery crust. The OG Screamins are where you got to start. Bessie's Revenge, all cheese. Holy pepperoni speaks for itself. The Boss Hog, the sausage, just so consistent. Then you get to the crazies, the funs, the Supremus Maximus, the mother of meat. Get your singing voices on. The Mambo Italiano. Mambo. Find your screaming pleasure in your local grocer's freezer. John Anderson, who will join the home hour from 5 to 6. How disappointed are you in not knowing who Led Zeppelin is? We couldn't pick him out of a crowd.
It's deeply saddening that America's young people don't know these things. I run into this a lot here. Young people, and they'll go to me. They're like, "Well, that guy wasn't alive when I how can I know who Bart Starr is? I wasn't alive when he played." I'm like, and then I go, "Well, do you remember who's the first president of the United States?" And they'll go, "George Washington." I'm like, "Were you alive for him?" So let's try to figure out what's going on. Let's have a sense of history. You should know who Led Zeppelin is.
So you know who they look like, though, John?
Yes, I could pick out Jimmy Page in a heartbeat.
Oh. Yeah, I've never heard of Jimmy Page.
Plant, he's only the greatest guitarist of his generation. Robert Plant, you could pick out, even with his hair not his long, curly, golden locks that he probably does not have anymore. He's gone gray. And so, you should know who these people are.
All right, Kyle.
John Paul Jones.
Hit him with your take, because it's not as hot as people think.
So here's my take, John. After watching the Green Bay Packers the last 4 weeks, specifically after beating the division-leading Detroit Lions in Detroit, and then beating the defending Super Bowl champions in the Kansas City Chiefs, I think the Packers are currently, right now, the best team in the NFC North. And I don't think that's a hot take. I just think that's straight facts.
In the NFC North. So
I told them Detroit won 3 of the last 4, even though they haven't played well. They still won 3 of the last 4.
But when you look at the team, you said not playing well. When you look at the teams, I think the Packers are playing better and are better than the Detroit Lions.
I just want to know, to some small degree, does that matter right now? I need them to be one of the top 7 teams in the NFC. Keep working at their craft, get better, improve. Are you better than the Lions? You split. Okay, so maybe you are. It's a lot of week to week in the league. I agree. The Lions 3 of 4. They might have gotten caught a little off base, off guard with the Packers, who they had throttled in Lambeau, and they came in and kind of punched them in the mouth, and they weren't ready to bite all the kneecaps that they needed to bite. The Vikings are diminished. I can't believe that some way, shape, or form, that's a compliment of Kirk Cousins. Because I didn't think that was possible, but they're not the same team without that guy, and then the Bears. So I don't know that that's a huge stretch, or that's a huge that's not like becoming Miss America or Miss Universe. That's like winning kind of like your county beauty pageant.
Yeah, right. See, I like it. You sound like Matt LaFleur, which is a good thing. You're staying in the moment, get better at what we're doing. Don't look too far ahead, because that's what Kyle's job is to do. Now, in the spirit of history here,
yes.
What's worse? Kyle has never seen Elf until yesterday, and I've never seen The Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
I'll be honest. I've seen the bits and parts of The Christmas Story, but it's never been on my list. If I don't watch Christmas Story, my whole life will be incomplete. I'm going to have to answer that at the pearly gates with St. Peter's, and he's going to go, why? And I'm like, okay, I know the Red Ryder beating guy. I know the beats of the thing, but I don't know it. Elf I know only because at the time I had kids, right? So the kids are going to watch it, so now you're watching it. So some of that, I've been dragged into that. So I listen, if it's not A Wonderful Life, which is in black and white, then what are we doing?
Yeah, I agree. I've never seen that either.
Mary's.
It came out in the 40s.
Classic ones.
I mean, come on.
White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. Come on, let's look at some classics. Just because they're new and they were in color and Will Ferrell's popular doesn't mean it was, that we can't do better.
Are you saying a Christmas
Man, you really are
Story?
a perfect match for the Homer Hour. Goodness gracious.
Are you saying A Christmas Story isn't a legit Christmas classic, a movie that's been running 24 hours all day, Christmas Eve into Christmas, probably more than 24 hours for 15, 20 years? That is a classic. That is the pure definition of a classic.
If you're a classic, then you don't need to be on 24 hours a day for a week straight to convince me.
Everybody wants to see it. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Is The Godfather a classic just because it would be on for 24 hours a day for 2 weeks? No, it's a classic because it's great. When it comes on, you want to see it. You don't have to force feed it to me. So the marathon idea of it, to me, I think detracts from your argument that it's a guaranteed classic. This is a stone cold lock kind of thing. Because if it is, then show it to me and it's appointment viewing instead of you having to tidal wave me with it.
It's demand, John, demand.
Kyle, you are. I mean, I didn't know you were that passionate about this.
There's no demand. It's always there.
A Christmas Story is part of my life. Literally, as I was a kid, since I was a kid, I would fall asleep watching A Christmas Story.
That's how good it was.
And then Santa Claus would come eat the cookies. I would watch it, but then I fall asleep, and then I wake up, and there it is, and then I go see the presents that Santa brought me.
Sound like we're ruining his childhood right now, John. I think we're opening up some wounds that I don't want to have to work through after the show. Before you get to the Homer Hour, real quickly here, Kyle was just talking about the NBA in-season tournament. You consider yourself a fan of all the Wisconsin teams, if I'm not correct. Like, do you care about the Bucks? Because this is weird.
I'm going to care as soon as I figure out how it works.
Yeah, that's
and it's
exactly
on my air, and all I can tell is everyone's like, "Oh, well, there's that crazy court. That must be one of these games." And if I was going to get $500K for somebody winning, I might worry a lot more about it. But I appreciate that their efforts to engage and make the NBA season a bit more exciting.
They should just start it at Christmas.
Regular season. But I have no idea what it is, other than somebody's going to get a lot of money, and Indy seemed really excited to beat Boston in December. So I guess that's great, and at least it was a good Wisconsin kid in Halliburton, and I got to say Oshkosh North on TV. So I was big on that part of it. The rest of it, I don't really know what's happening.
What are Bert and Ernie going to talk about next hour?
I have no idea. Homer's he's going to be ready to just walk him into the playoffs, and I'm still going to be measured.
Hey.
I'm still going to be measured.
You guys balance each other out like a perfect marriage.
Well, wait till we start finishing each other's sentence.
Well, you can find that out next on the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 with John Anderson and Homer. Play it out, Chris.
We've got a broken down vehicle on 94. It's on the westbound side just past Highway